Hello guys, and welcome to Pure Esports in Gilbert, Arizona, home to Almost Ascension day number 4, the week-long monthly. I'm Duramgar, and I'm joined by my lovely, incredible co-caster, Dak. Dak, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing so fantastic. Great to be here with you, and I'm looking forward to some awesome Smash Bros here tonight. Yeah, we've had our biggest bracket of the week so far. It is, of course, the week-long monthly, and we're actually going to take a look at that format right now. It is 4 groups played across Monday through Thursday. This is, in fact, the largest of those brackets. 29 players on this Thursday bracket, but only 4 of those groups, or sorry, of those 4 groups, 4 players will be qualifying into the top 16, which will be played out on Sunday, June 20th this weekend. Sorry, Saturday this week. Well, either way, Saturday or Sunday. I believe it is Saturday. The top 4 from each group are actually only going to be playing 2 winners semis as a result of that, because we're taking the top 4 from each group. They'll be qualifying for that top 16 this weekend.
Yeah, I'm looking through some of the other brackets right now, like the ones that happen on Monday. I see a couple of names have already been able to qualify, so this is going to be the last group. I see Turbo Version, incredible tag, Bethel 3D, Bright, Thwarm Up. I'm gonna be honest, I don't recognize a lot of these tags, so it's gonna be exciting to see them play it out on Saturday. But today we actually have a bunch of really exciting competitors. I see Schroeder in today's. That's my go. I have him for today. Who do you have?
I was gonna say, yeah, Schroeder's definitely the favorite to win this in the bracket. Is that Lil Bulb right there? I was gonna say Lil Bulb. There's my pick right there, Lil Bulb. Seriously, my actual pick is Jinx. Strong Wii Fit player from the region, has some solid top 8s recently in the pilot program events, as well as 7th place at the dungeon out of 182. Really solid placing there. But so and obviously Wii Fit, I feel like, is always a bracket menace. So I feel like the cards are almost always in their favor a lot of the time, especially coming from New York. I've been plagued by John numbers, and you know what it's like. So it's like I have to go with Wii Fit, but yeah, if it's not Jinx, I'm going with Lil Bulb, who I think we're gonna see on stream coming up real soon.
Yeah, it's gonna be Lil Bulb going up against Mike AG.
Oh yes,
yeah,
which is the 4th seed, I think, Mike AG.
I can't get over the fact that he is reaching halfway up to his chair. Shout outs to Little Bulb, by the way.
I love it.
I am actually his biggest fan now. So this is amazing. I'm glad I have.
I am the biggest fan of Lil Bulb, so better watch yourself. But yeah, I'm excited to see this play out. Yeah, Mike AG, as you said, definitely a strong contender in this bracket. Believe they're the 4th seed. Some pretty solid results lately in the Arizona Smash League tournaments. Some top 16s, top 32s thrown around there. So definitely a contender to be one of the qualified players coming out of this bracket. And again, this is the strongest of the brackets. Monday had 14 players. Tuesday had 16. Wednesday had 12. This has 29 out of the 32 possible spots. So this is the last chance for these players to get that qualifier and qualifying spot for Saturday, and 3 of these players right here are going to be trying to get that spot as soon as possible.
Yeah, for sure. So just checking up on his stats, Lil Bulb is a King K. Rool player predominantly, and Mike AG is a Wolf. So King K. Rool Wolf, that's kind of a little bit difficult for King K. Rool on paper, right?
Yeah.
Wolf just kind of outspeeds, outranges in a lot of ways, can make it really difficult for K. Rool to get anything started. So it's really going to be on Little Bulb to try to close down the space on Mike and try to really limit a lot of his options. But by the way, everything that I just said, completely and totally irrelevant. Disregarded it all.
Yeah, unless it's a button check, but it might not be. So yeah, we might be getting Ike versus Ken. Completely different matchup, and probably one that's way less volatile. Considering Wolf, I would say, probably has a solid advantage in King K. Rool. But yeah, it looks like it's not a button check. They're actually playing this out.
Yeah, they're jumping right into it already. Lil Bulb going to be setting up the 2 attack chase, tries to get it in with dash attack, but is just not going to be able to find it quite yet. I feel like they're still just trying to get a nice feel for each other out. Nobody committing to anything too hard quite yet.
Yeah, Little Bub does get punished on these up Bs again, the second one. That's not going to confirm into a kill, but a lot of stage control here. And really, this could be a lot of the game here, is Mike AG controlling both the landings from Ike here, these landing situations, as well as the ledge guarding. And Mike AG almost getting the kill confirmed, but Little Bub just barely able to break out in time.
Oh, really like that usage of up B to be able to get out of the corner. Mike was just really trying to prepare himself for maybe a rising neutral. He mistimed it. However, is still going to be able to find that stock right about now. Yeah, so right now Little Bub just needs to be able to find a way to get this edge guard. Really wasn't anticipating the high recovery option. Huh.
Yeah, and then this is really a lot of like whiff punishing and catching Lil Bub's moves and really just getting any kind of punish off these whiffs as they can. And it's really kind of easy damage too because Lil Bub continues to swing. Nice! Nice kill there though from Mike AG off the shield. So again, yeah, Lil Bub swinging and unfortunately missing and gets punished for that second death.
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like Lil Bub just keeps on connecting these up Bs in like spots where Mike is just not plus enough to be able to follow up. Gets the 2-flame. Is he going to be able to find the punish? He is not quite yet. Gonna go for the back through for a bit of stage control. Oh man.
Yeah, you know, I would say that Lil Bub definitely has the right idea with those up Bs, as you said. If they could find the consistency using their other moves, it would definitely be a huge boon. Wow, what a string right there for the JV3 from Mike AG to take that first game. Some signs of life there from Lil Bub, definitely trying to get warmed up here, but Mike AG already ready to go, coming out of the gate, you know, all cylinders firing, and gets that first game pretty decisively.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of this game kind of just boiled down to, you know, Little Bub was just pressing a lot of buttons on Mike's shield that were pretty unsafe, you know, a lot of whiff dash attacks led up into so much damage on his part, and then also getting maybe some of his jumps called out, being a little bit too telegraphed with those, so playing a little bit more patiently or reserved could really be in his favor right now.
Let's see how it works out on Town and City. Lil Bub's counter pick here. So already that up B, I mean, considering Lil Bub hasn't been hitting other moves, the consistency that he hits these up Bs is actually really wild.
I mean, he's getting it consistently out of shield. He's using it to catch a lot of Mike's jumps as well. And he's also...
Oh no! Lil Bub with the forward smash, only 9%. I love this.
Did you see the spacing? That was just like the very tip of the sword too. Really good stuff to him being able to clean that one up. Is he going to go through the high recovery right now? Ends up landing on Mike's shield again. Could this be it? No, not quite.
Oh, getting a little antsy there. Right idea, but Mike AG gets away with murder there. Does get that kill, and you can see experience paying off there. But again, Lil Bub using that up B, catches the jump in neutral, following up with that back air, some decent damage, but then how do they get themselves at a disadvantage? Again, it's the up B, but they have to be careful. It's a good tool, but used too many times, it's going to certainly be a huge risk.
For sure. I really like to see Lil Bub just sort of maybe just wait in the positions that he would normally up B, because Mike is now being a little bit more ready for it, trying to whiff punish it, and just kind of waits for Lil Bub to land. Like, just... yeah, in that pressure scenario, he just held shield. He knew that Little Bulb was going to press a button.
Still very close, though. Oh, that's just going to connect in time. And it looked like it was Tipper as well. So Mike AG now has an opportunity to really increase this lead, where it was just mere moments ago. Could be going either way. Lil Bub has to confirm here, but doesn't get the punish. And Mike AG again getting away with a situation they should quite honestly have died from.
That was really good quick draw from Little Bulb as well. He was able to cancel a lot of the landing lag. Mike almost got that spike. Here's the timeline where he landed it.
This is still anyone's game. Lil Bub is finding these follows, but has to be careful on these landing situations. It's exactly what Mike AG wants, to land an up tilt, land something like that, an easy confirm into one of these kills off the top. We're going to go for a back throw to establish some more stage control, just egg out a little more damage out of this Ike.
Ooh, and again, just sort of landing on Mike's shield a whole bunch. This time he's not going to commit too hard. What just
Too many up Bs. Yeah, I think that was just straight jab. I'm not sure. Something. I mean, that might have been forward tilt and strong F tilt. Yeah. So I mean, that was. You know, unfortunately, those up Bs were like working almost too well sometimes. I think Lil Bub got a bit more confident with them, as he probably should have. A bit too many of those landing on stage when they likely should have been for the corner, for the ledge. But nonetheless, honestly, some good plays here and there. I think it just comes down to experience. Little Bub's still very young. I'm sure with some more games, more practice, more brackets under their belt, definitely going to be seeing a more polished player in the coming years.
Dude, when I was 8, I wasn't playing Smash like that. I was getting
Neither was I.
My older brother was bodying me. I'm just kind of gushing over this. Little Bob did great. I just feel like more than anything, Mike, like towards the end especially, he was like, well, I know the position that you're going to use up B. It's like no longer like this little mix-up or jump call-out. So he started like waiting, right? Sitting in shield, waiting, playing a little bit more patiently. So really good stuff to Mike. But also, I don't know, man, Little Bob is kind of sick.
Absolutely, yeah. I hope Little Bulb took something away from that set. We definitely enjoyed it, and maybe we'll see some more Little Bulb in the future. It's definitely not over for them just yet. And of course, this is going to be just going to winter semis. We're getting the top 4 qualifying players from this bracket tonight. So this is going to be, this is all the marbles right here. The last 4 spots being figured out here. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing which of these players make it out. As we were talking about Stroder, one of the odds-on favorites, but we have other players who, like we just saw, Mike AG, another one who easily has, a very good argument to contend for those top spots.
Yeah, for sure. Mike AG, I believe Jinx as well was like a name that was thrown around a little bit. But again, for myself personally, like this is a region I am admittedly not too familiar with, so I'm really using this as an opportunity to keep my eyes peeled, see like what's going on in this part of the country.
Honestly, I mean, that's one of the cool things about these kind of opportunities is that like this is, a region, a local. I don't know if I'd ever be at, all the way from New York. So like, it's really cool to get a nice little peek into this scene and see their players in action. It's really cool, and it's one of. I mean, you gotta look at the bright side of things. Obviously the last year's been wild, been a wash, but things like this where you get to kind of do things from across the country. It's cool. Something you might not have done normally.
And coming up onto the stream, I do believe we have Squambo going up against Pizu. Squambo, I believe, is a Yoshi player, and Pizu, there's like a handful of I believe is also going to be a Captain Falcon. So, Yoshi Falcon, how do you feel about that?
A lot of buttons being pressed in this matchup. A lot of buttons being pressed, a lot of swinging. Both of these characters rely a lot on swinging and trying to get something off of, buttons being pressed in neutral, sometimes, whiffing a lot just to keep buttons and moves present and active to try to confirm and get something going. Of course, Yoshi is going to have a slight, if it does go Yoshi Falcon, we might not know, but if it does go for, not Yoshi, but I'm thinking once we see these characters entirely, we'll have a better idea. I know Falcon, again, swinging very hard, and a character that I personally like to watch. I don't know about you, but I think it's, polarizing. Some people hate him, some people will like him. I think he's hype, but I don't know.
So a little update. Apparently, the player database lied to me, said that Squambo's a Yoshi, but that's quite okay. Squambo does seem to be an Ice Climbers and a Pichu player, and let me tell you, Ice Climbers, I am Icy's biggest fan. I am one of Icy's biggest fans. I think Icy's, fighting against Icy's does not feel good, but watching Ice Climbers do Ice Climber things to other people is maybe the funniest thing ever. The biggest thing about this matchup, especially as Falcon, you really need to keep in mind how you're touching Icy Shield, because your moves are going to be a little bit less safe if you end up hitting both of their shields. Ice Climbers are also often going to be looking through parries. Oh my.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Historically, I mean, all the way going back to Brawl, is you always got to think about what you're doing on Icy Shield. Really, the biggest thing as Falcon is you got to figure out, okay, what are my tools to split these two characters apart? And you're already seeing Pizu's figuring that out pretty well. The Nair is working out really well. The dash attack, trying to get Swambo's Popo and Nana split up as soon as possible. But just as quickly as they do that, Swambo's Icies are back together. And it's pretty even, though that up smash off the platform setup confirms the first kill. What a play.
Yeah, that was really good stuff from Pizu. Already starting some of the platform tech chase conditioning there. Squambo right now really looking to set up some desyncs at the ledge there, but Pizu is landing in such a way he doesn't have to worry about those hitboxes down below. And Squambo has to go through some anti-airs.
Yeah, Squambo is having a hard time landing, and Pizu is really just eating him alive. Does get back down, taking a little bit of damage. Like, has to be careful with these side Bs. Oh my god. Pizu is just nailing him. Does take the up smash. some decent extra credit done nonetheless.
Yeah, being a solo Ices right now, you really don't have that many follow-ups on Falcon. You just gotta rely on a whole bunch of neutral wins, able to get the jump call out there, so Squambo's definitely got an uphill battle to fight.
Pizu just fully confident, full control. Can't do too much on the ledge, but good read. Almost gets to confirm off the top, the back air from the platform to continue. Keep that ball rolling. The up B is just barely with, but really Pizu is in almost no rush here, right? The kill is eventually going to come, and solo Popo is nice to have, especially as Falcon. Way less projectiles, way less nonsense to deal with.
Yeah, it's really honestly barely a character sometimes. Like Squambo just has to rely on just a whole bunch of neutral wins, which really difficult to get across. Pizu, I love that dash back. He baited out a preemptive option and was able to get the punish on the spot touch.
Yeah, the nice small amount of micro spacing you get from the reverse up B there, really clutch. That's just a sign of an experienced and well-played player there. And of course, Pizu does get the kill, but Squambo's not far behind at all. And now that Squambo has Nana back, can definitely get the kill soon as they confirm off that ice. Wow, the flurry, and all of a sudden it's again an even game.
That did not look like it felt good to get hit by, but man, that was quite irritating. That was beautiful stuff from Squambo, and just like that, has basically evened it back up. Oh my. That interaction was a little ugly.
And the thing is, too, Pizu has the options, to make, to split up these characters and whatever, but the problem is that Falcon has to put his body on the line to do it. It just makes it so difficult. Doesn't have a projectile, doesn't have many disjoints, so has to get in Ice's face. That's exactly what they want. So as much as Falcon can get a ton of damage off the confirms, getting the confirm itself is another task altogether.
Yeah, for sure. You really don't want to be boxing with Icy sometimes because their hit when you're boxing with them can lead to death from any percent. And just like that, he was able to clean up the kill onto Nana.
Oh! Not enough, though. The Falcon kick puts him low. The gentleman's going to do it. And Squambo goes down. Pizu playing that very, very well. Really solid recognition of knowing, what moves that, Raptor boost that Falcon kick can break. That was really, really solid. That immediate recognition of, okay, these moves work against, the icebergs. This works against Flurry. And then also just the solid play against the Ices landing. You need to get that damage done if Ices are trying to land. You can't miss out on those opportunities, and it feels like they almost never did.
Yeah, really the name of the game against the Ices is how quickly can I separate them and how quickly can I get Nana out of the picture, because as soon as Squambo did start to get going just a little bit, you just saw how much mileage he got off of one hit. He'd kill you from 70 onwards, and now we do see the switch to the Yoshi. Honestly, I agree with this simply by the nature of the fact that you can't lose your companion. You're going to just have that added level of consistency. And you'll just be able to play the game a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, I like this change because, Pizu is very clearly shown they can get in, so if you're you're thinking as Yoshi, okay, well, if we're playing that close quarters game, I want some armor, I guess. Still have the projectile, but yeah, I would say Yoshi is very more apt to play this, boxing style of fighting here than Ices is against Falcon. Still, Pizu's doing some solid damage, but Squambo, almost gets that reverse wave bounce egg lay there. That would have been huge trouble for Pizu, but nonetheless, Squambo in full control with this Yoshi. So far, the character switch working out.
Gonna be diving a little bit too deep. Pizu probably thought that they'd landed back onto the stage, so really unfortunate stuff there. Squambo just taking their sweet time getting back onto the stage. Really agree that with that choice, just waiting out that Angel Platinum vulnerability, throwing out a couple of projectiles in the process.
Ooh, and that's the thing too, is that with the Ices, Pizu could really kind of snowball on them a little bit, no pun intended, and you can get the ball rolling. Against Squambo, it's so much harder against Yoshi. You can break out of these strings a little easier against Falcon.
That was so close. Squambo had a good idea, but I don't even think it would have been able to hit Captain Falcon from that position. Catching him pressing buttons there once again. Oh, buddy.
Squambo, some of these inputs are extremely accurate. Getting very risky with the egg lays, with the egg throws at point-blank range. Finally goes down, but Pizu is very, very damaged. 182. Squambo should be able to make mincemeat of them pretty soon.
Yeah, just about anything should be able to take the stock and up or down or any of Yoshi's aerials really. So it's all about, actually getting in there and being able to connect it properly. really the biggest thing at high percent against Yoshi is Yoshi doesn't have all that much he can use to safely pressure shields. He can get egg lay, but even that is still a mix-up.
Yeah, that's true. Squambo does have the advantage of having the lead here. I mean, Smashville's small, but he can play a little bit of a running away game. The forward air confirms it, and then the egg lay at least gives you some breathing room. And egg throw as well. Ooh, nice, gets two jabs. Nice, that was really clean. And now, just like that, almost a full stock lead for Squambo. Even though Pizzo is going to get a couple hits in there, almost gets that tech chase, can't do it. Still, Squambo looking really solid at the moment.
Yeah, a little bit too slow on the draw though. Right now, Squambo going to be looking for a way to make himself safe, getting back onto the stage.
Nice.
High recovery though, so important. So again, like, Squambo keeps having the right idea with a lot of these egg lay attempts, but just sort of fumbles on the execution just a little bit.
I mean, you can see how much safer Pizu is playing. So many less Raptor boosts, so many less Falcon kicks, because he knows Squambo is waiting for it, has it in the back of his mind. Like, I gotta keep, gotta be aware of it, and is playing it really well. That up B is gonna catch the jump!
That was so well played from
wow.
Pizu. Pizu was dashing back and forth. He was priming himself to be able to react to the jump there, just waiting for Squambo to press the wrong button in that position. They knew exactly what they were looking for, and they were able to find that. So the way that Pizu has been implementing...
Oh.
What?
What? Either must have been in jump squat, or just barely looking over the ledge. They had to have been going for the follow-up, but the spike comes through nonetheless, and Squambo takes game 2. Moving off Icy's certainly the right move.
That was, yeah. Not really sure what happened there. I guess just Falcon's model extended past the ledge, and the spike hitbox just sent him kind of inwards. If you also maybe hold out on that, and change your angle, that might also have something to do with influencing it. Sometimes people get spiked from the stage, and it never looks right. But you know what?
Yeah.
It was able to do the job.
It's never something that, like, looks very intuitive when you see it, but it is what it is. I think, having, like, those larger hitbox that Squambo could throw out in neutral in the air and meet Falcon in the air, I think was... I mean, how many times did we see, the IC side B get stuffed by Falcon in game 1? Having that,
sure.
Having that trade potential mid-air is huge.
Yeah, the way that Pizu was just, like, jumping in, he was just, like, able to really get on top and pressure ICs in a way that they're kind of struggling against Squambo right about now. Raptor boost up tilt, interesting.
Cool. And now we're gonna just reset to, and that's not a bad idea, because Yoshi, once they start to calm you a little bit, Falcon is just heavy enough to really get a couple of these up airs and up tilts in. There's another tech chase situation. Oh, almost a wave bounce egg lay, but Pizu is on top of it, has their number. Squambo now having a little bit of trouble, but finally getting some damage. This is the battlefield. The triplat is really going to be huge for Squambo to rack up damage against the Falcon and really get a lot of strings off this
platform. This is
platform.
such a good stage for Yoshi in general, able to get so many platform extensions and just moves around the stage so effectively in a way Captain Falcon can't always really match sometimes. Really like the attempt to cover the high recovery though. Squambo has to be careful getting back onto the stage.
Nice, gonna parry that. Hey, love seeing the parries offline, but still Pizu has to get more than that. The Raptor boost gets taken out by the forward smash. Squambo gets first blood, but still has a lot on them. And that was almost a 2-frame, if not just catching him just before they grabbed the ledge. A forward smash, down tilted, ties it up. Neither of these players would have given an inch, but Squambo now finally has stage control. Pizu right back with that second hit of the Nair. That was clean.
But yeah, rising up here, not going to be safe enough on hit for him. Yoshi just heavy enough to still be able to throw out a neutral air. This time, probably going to get a couple more hits. Love the idea to go for the down air, but just a little bit too slow onto the execution. Both of them are kind of trying to go for like the same callouts and occupy the same space, so I really want to see like one of them like slow it down and play back a little bit.
And there we go. There's that patience from Pizu that we're looking for. But even Squambo, like, being safe about it. Like, alright, like, I'm gonna use down air to get onto stage, not to try and get something as I get back on. And even there, the get-up attack, Pizu and Squambo just really checking each other, but Squambo gets way, way too close with that egg throw and gets punished for it.
Yeah,
oh, but then the conversion! Revenge!
Yeah, I was gonna really touch on, like, how Squambo opts to go for a lot of high recoveries instead of going to the ledge a lot. And that's really a lot of places that, like, Pizu is already covering. Like, once again, finds that up tilt, was able to find that damage because Squambo didn't want to go to the ledge, so they have to make themselves a little bit more ambiguous.
Ooh, Squambo has to take advantage. Finally has a little bit of a stage control, but has Pizu in the air, has him on the platform, converting that into damage, has to keep this going. This is exactly how Squambo gets back into this, making it impossible for Falcon to land and get some breathing room. Finally they do, but Squambo get a lot of damage off of that interaction and now tied things up. In fact, took the lead by almost 20%.
And now you see Squambo slowing down the game a little bit, going for a lot of dash and shields, and once again, Falcon, unless he really commits to an upbeat, isn't going to be able to punish that. But you know what? Pizu, oh boy.
When in doubt, do it again, and then do it again! That does it, though! That's exactly what Pizu needed. The second Yoshi's above him, on that platform, you gotta get rid of him. And the up B's been looking for it all series, and it still lands. Pizu with the 2-1, I mean, that was last stock, last hit, essentially. What a set between these two players. With Pizu, it's the one who advances.
I don't know about that DI. I'm thinking about it. That kind of looked like it was straight to the side. Yeah. There really is nothing else to say about that. Either way, that was really well played from both players. I feel like towards the end, we really did see Squambo go for a lot of dash shields, and Pizu did start calling them out. Started calling out a lot of these defensive options with these pretty committal up Bs, and that was only done with the confidence, knowing that Pizu, that Squambo was going to be shielding like that. So, you know, just a really, really good adaptation from Pizu towards the end. That means Squambo going to be dropping to losers. Pizu going to be on track to fight the winner of Braverick and Olkios.
Yeah, looks like it. Yeah, we're already seeing a bunch of winners round 2 matches moving through. Yeah, this bracket's moving. Stroder about to be starting up matches soon. A couple winners round 1 matches finishing up. Otherwise, they're all done. Yeah, we see. I think Jinx is about to be sitting down against West. Who Jinx is my pick to win this, well, I mean, I guess we're not going to be seeing the winner of this bracket particularly, but, you know, because we're getting top 4 qualify at winner semis and that's it. But if there were a full bracket being played out here, even with Stroder likely meeting them in winners or grand finals, I think Jinx could take it. I don't know their player history. I'm sure Smash Database probably has that, but I mean, it's hard for me to bet against Wii Fit, and then Jinx has had a lot of solid, consistent results lately, so.
All of us from New York just carry the scars of John Bruno.
Really? Yeah,
He has put fear and pain into all of our minds. So anytime we see Wii Fit, we have like a fight or flight reaction immediately. And the fight or flight consists of breaking a switch or getting up from the setup. So,
yes.
Yeah, it's tough out here. But yeah, we're gonna be seeing Jinx going up against West, I believe, coming up right now. So, not entirely sure who West plays. So, trying to maybe get some sauce on that.
Yeah, we have. So West already took down J 2-0. Looking at that matchup, it doesn't say what they played, so I'm used to playing it on these online tournaments for the past year, where like every time you click a match, like it has all the info right there because you're forced to fill it out.
Yeah.
I will miss that, but yeah. So yeah, we have Jinx and West coming up. I also know we're gonna have Zekrom versus the winner of Wansubin and Jelly Beans on stream, I believe, after this. We have a bunch more matches. So far, so good. Been enjoying these. I hope you are, because I've been enjoying these sets so far, especially the last one.
Yeah, for sure. Having a great time, guys. I hope everybody in chat is actually having a phenomenal time as well. But yeah, we're going to be jumping into these two players right about now. So, seems like West is going to be opting to go through the Shulk.
Alright, yeah. So, Shulk, I mean, one of those characters that you definitely need to know the matchup, but do you have the experience? They're not exactly the most common of a character to be used, but certainly one that's always been, you know, put up higher on the tier list, given the respect that he deserves. And in some regions, actually is a more popular and common and strong character. But already, I mean, Jinx is just dominating with this Wii Fit trainer, male Wii Fit trainer.
Yeah, Jinx is already going into the set with like a really good understanding of the places that West wants to be jumping, and has already been calling that out pretty well. I will say though, also in this kind of a matchup dynamic, Shulk is able to uniquely pressure Wii Fit at the ledge and off stage. That's not something a lot of characters can say, but you really have to be mindful of a Smash Arts Shulk at ledge, and you can't get too comfortable planking.
No, absolutely not. Yeah, that's something where normally Wii Fit is able to kind of go back there as their comfort zone. But you can see here, it seems like Jinx almost doesn't even need that. Goes in deep for the forward air, gets that kill. And I would even say that West might not even been ready for that kind of deep dive there. But now, the thing is that the pokes are very few and far between. I mean, West is having some trouble trying to get these pokes in, but the follow-up off the top, that was huge and immediately evens things out. But just like that, wow, the deep breathing string got 40 off of that last hit. That was huge! And then 0 to death. Jinx! That was inhuman, that string.
I don't know if that string should have happened that way. I believe West could have jumped out at any given moment, but just sort of maybe caught him not pressing too many buttons. Falling up airs in Smash Ultimate, I'll say this over and over again, they have absurd frame advantage. That's already 85% on West's behalf.
And that's what you're going to expect from a matchup involving two characters that can buff their damage output. Oh no, the foresight takes him out, but not going to do enough. Jinx will be able to get back kills just a little bit, but gets caught out trying to use the volleyball here. Has to be careful because, I mean, Shulk has more than enough range, more than enough disjoints to trade positively against those ledge shenanigans as we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, ooh, West is really looking for downers, and that's sort of giving Jinx a lot of room and time to be able to get back onto the stage. So definitely want to see maybe a little bit less downer, maybe a little bit more forward at the ledge. Ooh, dashes back, is able to parry. Oh my.
And Jinx just walks up and then lands the forward tilt off the ledge. That was, I mean, that second stock was absolutely crazy. The deep breathing, there it is. There's the replay. Look at that.
Yeah.
An insane amount of damage. Notice the first hit off that string was the volleyball, and then finished it off with both the volleyball strike and the actual header to double that damage with the deep breathing. I mean, that's just maxing it out, min-maxing your damage output right there. That's some labbing done by Jinx. You know that they've been practicing it. So that was I mean, that completely turned the tide, changed the tone of that match.
Oh yeah, for sure. As soon as Jinx was able to put on that momentum, it just kind of seemed like West struggled quite a bit from there on. West jumping in really, really aggressively in such ways that, like, I don't know, Jinx is comfortable holding the ground. How is that 50%? Dak, how is that 50?
Yeah, this shouldn't be legal. I honestly am surprised that we're allowed to broadcast this.
Oh my god, headed up smash.
What is this? I mean, I'm scared of John Numbers Wii Fit, but this is
he went neutral 2 to 3 times and he got that stuck. Wii Fit is so funny. This is a completely
different beast right here. The Jinx Wii Fit. This is insane. I am very happy with my pick. Not at all surprised by this. If you're playing Wii Fit, you know what you're doing, and Jinx absolutely knows what they're doing.
Really says a lot about how you think about other people. I really hope Jinx gets some good sleep tonight, man. Yeah, that being said, wow, Foilde is going to be able to do it just like that. West from a huge deficit, actually able to even it up quite a bit. Back hit nail into Foilde though. Damn, that was kind of clean.
Yeah, I mean, that's the volatility factor of both of these characters. Shulk can easily come back, just as Wii Fit can easily pile the damage on. Not going to get that berry there. Oh, almost fast falls their way to that lower boundary, but does come back. And
honestly, really don't mind committing offstage to a downer like that, because if you connect it, you connect it. You get the kill immediately. If you don't, like, worst case, that's a Wii Fit at ledge. Wii Fit doesn't mind being there, dude.
Oh, wow. That was clean. That was a fake out if I've ever seen one right there. The bait. I mean, that spoke for itself, but now Jinx is in a commanding lead here over a full stock lead. I don't believe they have deep breathing left, though. It might have it, but nonetheless has a complete control over this.
So right now, Jinx has really conditioned West to not go from low anymore. We're starting to see some side Bs from up high to get back onto the ledge. Oh my, what a lovely tech. That was such good awareness from West in that moment. I thought that was going to be it for a second. But no, they seem to be still back into this game. That back hill may be a little bit too telegraphed. Jinx was just waiting for that falling hill.
And there it is. Yeah, You nailed it perfectly. The back air and a lot of Shulk's poking tools there were telegraphed a lot throughout that series. Jinx was kind of just reacting, a lot of parries, just,
Yep.
looking for Shulk to kind of extend that hurt box, throw something out, and get the whiff punish. Just, we're playing offline, get those whiff punishes in, baby. And especially as Wii Fit trainer, Jinx, not a defensive Wii Fit trainer, plays very aggro, doesn't miss out on those opportunities to start stacking it up and snowballing. And especially on Shulk, who wants to have that room sometimes to poke at you or to change their Monado. The Jinx didn't really give them that opportunity at all during that series, and worked out for the 2-0.
Yeah, Jinx was just constantly putting hitboxes out there, getting nice and close and up and personal with West in a lot of ways, and just as he said, was just really not giving them the ability to pull out a lot of the arts that they needed to be able to like tack on damage or maybe change the way that they move a little bit. It was also interesting to see maybe like West wasn't like too keen on applying the speed art in the beginning.
Yeah.
That's usually like the typical opening for Shulk, but I feel like that last interaction was really, really telling about how you have to be looking for things against Shulk. Back here is like frame 19. It's a slow move. It's right on the cusp of like the average person's reaction time too. So if you're confident that the opponent's gonna fall aggressively, you can react to the startup of it, get the parry, and that's really kind of what happened there towards the end. So Jinx was just able to catch on to West's rhythm so well.
Absolutely. And now we're going to see our next match on stream, which I believe is Wansuban versus Zekrom, who I know Zekrom plays Sonic. Took out their previous opponent 2-1, so just barely made it, maybe not barely made it in, but did make it in off of a Game 3 victory, Wansuban 1-2-0. But yeah, so we got our next matchup coming up. And the winner of this matchup, this is important because the winner of this plays Stroder, who of course is seed 1. So, yeah, not sure if it's a reward to win this match, but you definitely want to put your all into it nonetheless.
For sure. Yeah, so we're going to be seeing Wansuban going up against Zekrom Amaterasu. By the way, I think about Zekrom Amaterasu's tag sometimes. I feel like there's a lot happening in that tag. That's a lot of gamer references in one go.
Very specific tastes with those two names there, but good nonetheless. I wonder if the Amaterasu is from Okami, or is it from something else, or is it from Okami but Okami's or Amaterasu's appearance in Marvel, which I'm a big fan of. So who knows?
Yeah, so just quickly looked up Wansuban. Seems like they have played a little bit of Ices in the past, some Inkling as well. So not really sure who they're going to be going today. And Amaterasu Zekrom. Wait. Zekrom Amaterasu. I'm sorry, I'm really entertained by this. Is of course going to be playing Sonic.
I'm considering one of the two on the player cams wearing a Sonic shirt. I'm not surprised. If we get another Ices, I mean, Dara, I'm gonna be honest. I have casted a pretty decent amount of Smash Ultimate, but a lot of Ices, I would say, if I got two Ices sets almost back to back here. So your luck might be there.
Yeah, maybe it's an Arizona thing. I have no idea.
Yeah, maybe it is.
If this does turn out to be Sonic Ices, man, that's a tough time for Ices. Sonic kind of gets to run circles around Ices, but no, not at all. It's going to be Corrin, actually, so shoutouts to the player database failing me once again. So Sonic and Corrin, honestly, kind of the same concept. Corrin doesn't have a lot of the movement or the startup to be able to compete with Sonic sometimes, so you can once again just kind of run circles around him.
Yeah, the problem I think with Corrin, at least in Ultimate, maybe not in Smash 4, but at least in Ultimate, a lot of her functions are done better by other characters. I mean, like Palutena is a really good example of that. Whereas Sonic is kind of the master of his craft, so there's almost no one that does it better than him. And I would say that's kind of why you'd see more Sonic than you would see Corrin these days. And that said, seeing a pretty solid match here. I mean, Sonic can run circles, but really has to play this hit and run, really light hit style, which means, sure, you can keep the pressure on, but your damage output is really low over time.
Well, for sure, but I have to say, Wansuban has been doing an amazing job of just catching a lot of these approaches from Zekrom right about now. But I really like this range that Zekrom is playing at right now. You see they're just sort of playing back a little bit just outside of mid-range. Corrin lacks a lot of the burst. to be able to contest that kind of space.
Yeah, they're both characters that kind of have a hard time doing anything efficiently against each other. Just because Sonic is too fast at times for Corrin to do much, and Sonic is not efficient enough at getting these strong hits against Corrin, who can really box you out. So, and you have to respect, of course, the pin too. So, like, Sonic really doesn't want to be grounded even more than usual.
Oh, for sure. Something I would really like to see, I want to see this adjustment as to how Zekrom is placing the up B. So with characters like Corrin, with like Lucina, you can't actually really try to trade or contest with that final hitbox on the way up. You really want to put that hitbox where they are going to be initiating the up B. That's really the best kind of a place to put it, so it stuffs out the recovery option. So I would like to see that adjustment to the spacing.
I just having a bit of trouble trying to catch the Sonic on landing, but I mean, Watsuban has the lead, doesn't have too much pressure on them to really approach, and is taking that opportunity to just play this mid-range game here, where they're still throwing out the back airs, throwing out those pins, trying to make some win punishes happening, but otherwise not really trying to engage too much unless they have this ledge trap or ledge corner situation. I mean, it's so hard to do against Sonic, who has so many tools to get out of the corner, but when you have those opportunities, you do have to take them. And that Nair, another great way to get back onto the stage. I mean, that Nair is another way for Corrin to just create a bubble around them, some kind of personal space against Sonic, but it's not going to be enough to really deter them from continuing to make those approaches.
Man, Zekrom really needs to be able to clean up the stock because, gotta say, Watsuban has been getting so much extra credit already. So really just any stray forwarder at this point, maybe even a tilt, should be able to do it, but the way that Watsuban is playing out of shield, really not going to be giving Zekrom that opportunity, but you know what? A runoff forwarder, more than enough to do the job.
And that was him. Gotta try to keep the Sonic in the corner as much as possible. Catches them with the charge smash there. Looking for the get up and does call it out correctly on that regular get up. So that's a lot of stack damage, and the pin again. I mean, I really love how Watsuban has been using that pin lightly and saving it towards the later stages of a stock to look for that kill.
Yeah, and right now Zekrom, the pressure is really on them for them to be the one constantly approaching, for them to be constantly breaking space. Watsuban has amassed quite a bit of a lead for themselves, and if you can force Sonic to be the one constantly approaching, man, you can make their lives a little bit difficult.
Absolutely. Well, this is right now, speaking of difficulty, Zekrom, you know, up a river without a paddle right now. 36% on their last stock, and it's really difficult to get in on this Corrin, who's just continuing to throw these aerials out and staying. Oh, the back air. I mean, the back air. Anytime it seems like Zekrom is like close enough or has an opportunity to get in, the back air comes out from Corrin almost every time and swats them back out. So Zekrom just really hasn't figured out like what the solution is, what the tool is, what the key is to stay consistently in on this Corrin. Oh, that counter almost catches him off guard, but still, some good damage.
I will say I love the way that Watsuban is picking the options depending on the position. That F smash is not going to be able to do it, but you see, at longer distances, they're opting for shielding, they're opting to wait for Zekrom to be the one to go in with a hasty approach, but at mid-range, they're throwing out a lot of preemptive hitboxes in places that Zekrom can't really react to. It sort of ends up dashing into. Beautiful catch with the up air, and just like that, Watsuban takes game one with a pretty confident 2-0.
Yeah, I mean, that up air was a great example of that right at the end there. Just knowing exactly what Zekrom's essentially doing at that point. Like, okay, like you're doing your spring down air thing. All these every Sonic does it. It was really the adaptation and the download, right? Like, the thing about a Sonic matchup is Sonic gives you a lot of time to start to think about what you need to do, right?
Yep.
Like 4 minutes into that match and only a couple stocks have been taken. You have a lot of time to think. And eventually you started to see you know, Watsuban landing these back airs more consistently, landing the pins more consistently, making it harder for Zekrom to get out of the corner, and that just came with the time. Like, more time you have to think about it, more time you have to figure out a solution.
And again, I really like the way that Watsuban is just picking the options and positions relative to Sonic. I'm going through, like, again, like a lot of preemptive hitboxes and leads. I just want to see Zekrom dash in and dash back and try to bait out one of those preemptive hitboxes for Watsuban at this point, because they've been kind of getting away with swinging a little bit.
Yeah, and you know, going to this counter pick now on FD, I mean, obviously the FD counter pick is a very intuitive and clear-cut pick here for almost any Sonic player. But I would say that Watsuban is doing a pretty solid job of keeping things close. I mean, a lot of their play from the previous game didn't really revolve around the platforms, but again, you still want to have that refuge at some point, and you can see here where Zekrom can start to stack it up a little bit where there's nowhere for Watsuban to go at times. But still, without any platforms, Watsuban still looking as confident.
Yeah, and that's such a scary position to be in. Calling charging a smash attack at ledge like that, man, there really isn't a whole lot that you could be doing there. So it's going to be kind of a guess either way. So right now, once again, this is going to be the edge guard opportunity. Dashes back, a little bit afraid of the hitbox. Again, we're seeing that adaptation from Zekrom. They're not going through as many upbeat projectiles. Wow, that was so good. They're no longer opting to go for like those upbeats. They've really caught on to the fact that they've not been working at the ledge, but they put out a hitbox where Corrin wants to be recovering from, and that's the best way to go about it. So beautiful edge guard.
Wow, the pressure from Zekrom is now really ramping up now. And they've also found a lot of good conversions, getting underneath the core in there. Oh no! But not spacing out the air dodge does not get there in time and just getting absolutely knocked astray there by that charged forward smash right there. So now it's going to be, 2-2 stocks even game. Zekrom and Watsuban not giving either of them an inch.
Really like that dash back from Watsuban. You saw them just sort of wait out like the next option, knowing that they're not in a position where they can continue swinging. They waited, and they're able to minimize any damage for themselves. That was so close.
Oh, how do you get around the spring? No! Doesn't tech it! And just takes it clean. So that means Watsuban going down a lot earlier than they probably would hope, and now Zekrom has a very, very huge lead. I mean, almost a full stock now. This is exactly where Sonic wants to be.
That's a now for the lead on FD.
Yeah, the light hit and run style. Now this is just perfect. This is cake for Sonic.
Yeah, but a beautiful catch using the pin once again. They're able to wait out that option. Goes through the full commitment there to F smash. Able to get a good amount of damage onto the board once again. I gotta say, Watsuban keeps on looking for it. Zekrom has to be a little bit more wary of F smash at ledge like that.
Yeah, just thankfully for Zekrom, Corrin's moves don't work very great, so they keep falling out of the move before it finishes, which is to their advantage now. It's happened a couple times, unfortunately, for Corrin and all Corrin players out there. Oh, very, very risky. Or not even too risky, but just honestly, a very bold down air.
I like the idea. Like trying to cover the space that Corrin wants to be initiating up B from. If it trades, you get the stock. If you get beat out, you know what? You get popped up a little bit. No harm done at the end of the day. So I really do appreciate that commitment from Zekrom, but yeah, Watsuban's got a mountain to climb this stock. They really need to be able to close this one out.
This is one of those games, I would say, where Watsuban's probably thinking about Game 3 and not necessarily trying to win this one. I mean, it's possible, but even then, almost so many, aside from back air and pin, almost all of Corrin's kill options are completely stale now, so it's going to be, yeah, there's the pin, you got to get it done, but this is very hard for Watsuban to do. Likely just thinking about their counter pick. Where do they go for Game 3? If Zekrom somehow lets Watsuban get back, I'd be very surprised. There's almost no incentive for Sonic to really approach, but I mean, there's 28%. That's how it starts.
28%. So it's beautiful parry, just catching that maybe overly telegraphed side B there on shield once again with all of these parries. Wow, that's just like, I feel like that like really shows confidence and like knowing the other player's tempo and rhythm there. But you see, that time Watsuban was ready for the up B hitbox, positioned themselves so that they would be able to hit through it.
Oh, nice. I like that. Going over the ledge so that way they don't trade too low against the spring. That was smart. Still doable. I mean, as much as Zekrom doesn't have an incentive to approach or move in, they have the lead. Anything will kill here. If you leave Corrin alive too long, you might, more time for you to also die. There's 2 minutes left on the clock, but slowly but surely Watsuban is bringing it back. But no, the homing attack's gonna knock him off the top, and we're going to game number 3.
There is a timeline where Watsuban really pulled out the action replay. Said, "Oh, buddy, it's cheating time," and maybe gets like a pin at ledge at like 60. I think that would be really funny. if that happened. But that's not the timeline that we live in. We're going to be going to Game 3. Yeah, definitely in Quillen's favor. Maybe something with a little platforms to be able to juggle and get conversions off of. Maybe something a little bit smaller as well. Are they going back to FD? Please do not tell me.
No, there's no way.
There's no way.
I can't imagine going back to FD unless it's a character change. It has to be a character change. Is my only guess. Unless like there's no way you go back to Corrin on FD.
It's crazy how everything that you said just now turned out to be wrong. I'm sorry, buddy. That's tough.
I honestly don't know if I've ever felt as wrong as I do right now. I'm very I mean, look, they're there and I'm here for a reason. So I'm not going to question it too much. Like, there's obviously there should be a good reason for this, but I am personally very surprised considering it was a pretty. I mean, it wasn't close last game, so I'm surprised they're coming back to FD.
Maybe Wansubana has got a little something to prove, like saying, hey, you know what, I don't like how that game went, I think I can take it back to this stage, and I can close out this game. Maybe they just feel that confident in it. Me, personally, I would not be taking a Sonic to FP, that's not my choice, but obviously Wansuban's got something chefing up.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, because it's like, okay, like, if you go back to a stage in this situation that you lost on, maybe it's like a mental thing, like, it kind of throws your opponent off, but I don't think any kind of advantage you would afford mentally there would overcome the obvious advantage Sonic has innately on FD. So I'm trying to wrap my head around this. I mean, so far, Wansuban has a very, very slight lead. Zekrom, I honestly think that's mostly Zekrom kind of just playing a little more slow, more than Wansuban kind of figuring things out. Oh, that was really too close for comfort.
That was a commitment. He signed a lease on that. Yeah, not going to be able to find a beautiful whiff punish from Zekrom. I'm good about now. Going to be looking for those high recoveries, which once again, against Quillen is so powerful, because I'd much rather be putting myself into like a juggle situation than I would trying to get ledge trapped by Quillen. That is truly one of the places where she excels, so anytime you can avoid that is preferable.
Oh, looking for those back airs a bit too much, so Zekrom will be able to punish. Gets him back into the corner.
Oh no!
Looking for the up smash. I mean, both of these players are looking for smash attacks at ledge. I feel like the get up into a smash attack is, you got to be aware of that at this point. They're both using it against each other, so I'm very surprised that up smash was thrown out.
Yeah, just sort of ended up low profiling. That was a bit of a funky interaction.
Yeah.
Yeah, not going to be able to convert that into the upper. Probably just a little bit too much knockback, and there it is again. That time Sonic was just a little bit too far away, wasn't able to get close enough to Quillen by the time up B came out. Do appreciate the attempt nonetheless, and it really does not hurt to go through those, since you do end up getting repositioned back onto the stage anyways.
Wansuban's definitely doing a much better job of whiffing less, right? Because that was a lot of what Zekrom got off of damage last time, was like getting in under these nairs that are just being thrown out in neutral for no reason. Wansuban's really slowed it down. You can see right there, like at times, like waiting as long as possible to throw an area out, trying to use those double jumps to really bait and try to get something at the very edge of their range. And so far, I mean, Zekrom has brought it back, but Wansuban, just gets there. I mean, this is still too close. The FD pick is only so sufficiently working out, but for how long?
We're going to be waiting at the ledge in such a dangerous position, but the drop-down double jump pin is going to be able to give Wansuban that room that they need to get back on. Zekrom just needs to be able to take the stock, but this lead is just getting only bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I mean, Wansuban now finding some more comfort in the extra space that FD affords that I guess they weren't using as efficiently last time, but yeah, really trying to make themselves less vulnerable. Now, though, Zekrom has found a little bit of momentum, and that's forcing Wansuban to fall back here and keep themselves safe by spacing themselves with back air.
Ooh, tries to get the jump call out there, not able to find it quite yet. Tries to once again go through that landing catch. Charging F smash on shield can be a pretty viable option, but not if they're still in goal distance. And a beautiful catch once again from Zekrom, and just like that, they put themselves into the lead.
Ooh. Has to be careful against in the corner against those nairs, but Wansuban will be able to get out just in time. 115 here for Zekrom. This is now, now there are two enemies here for Wansuban, both this percent that's being held by Zekrom, but also time, as we're now below the 3-minute mark. Zekrom is going to be able to come back at 134%.
Gotta say, Wantaban is kind of fishing for a lot of these attacks, looking for a lot of back airs, up airs, and side Bs, and smash attacks out of shield. And you know what? Zekrom is playing just outside of that range, so Wantaban is just not in a position to be able to get those. But when you do successfully corner the opponent, that back air was really, really smart, able to call out the startup of the next move that Zekrom was ready to throw out. Once again, same song and dance. Wantaban at 100% deficit. Can they make this back?
And considering where we were in this game, this is a rough look here for Wantaban. Now about at the 2-minute mark, and Zekrom can just continue to play with their food. Wantaban starting to fish a little bit for really just these big swings that they think, you know, this is how I get back into this game. Just these big hits. But a lot of these big swings are resulting in whiff punishes here for Zekrom as they start to stack it up. About 100% lead here as they're at 1 minute and 45 seconds, and it's looking, looking grayer and darker outside here for this core play.
It's Sonic time, baby. Okay, and that's a tough position to be in. Because in a moment your lead can dissipate as you get typically called an F smash. So just really want to make sure you're not getting hit by that, recovering ground and stalling and delaying as much as possible. Going in from so deep, fighting their way back onto the stage, and just like that, Wantaban will be setting neutral, but gets knocked off once again.
Now as we approach the 1-minute mark, Wantaban has to figure out a way to open up Zekrom a little bit and try to get out. I mean, not only get out of this corner, but really start to get damage consistently. There's not a lot of room for error here, and now we're at the minute mark. 185 for this Corrin. They can't afford to be whiffing almost any other move now, but Corrin doesn't have many luxuries to afford here neutral.
Yeah, I feel like just Wantaban has not been able to get any call-outs on the way that Zekrom was moving. I want to see them approach a little bit more gentle. Oh, mamma mia, is that it? No, not yet. Wantaban's still going to be holding onto that stock, missing the 2 frame, but a beautiful jump call-out from the ledge.
And there it is. Zekrom will be moving forward. We'll be taking that series 2-1. Another 2-1 victory, I believe. And we'll be moving on to face Schroeder in winners quarterfinals. So nice win there. Again, the FD counter pick game 3. They're going back to FD a second time. I'm really shocked by that. Listen, and I'm kind of wondering how this series could have gone differently.
I'm not Wantaban. No, am I even a Corrin player?
Yeah.
I dabbled in a little bit of Corrin at some point in some timeline. But generally speaking, as Corrin, I don't know why I would be looking to take Sonic to a stage like FD, because as soon as Sonic does assert a lead for himself on that big of a stage, FD is huge. People do not complain about how big FD is enough. That stage is massive, but Sonic can run circles around you, especially if your character does not have movement mix-ups to be able to compete with that. Corrin kind of jumps up and down. She knows how to wall people out, but how do you wall something out that is able to run just circles around you? During that entire last stock, Wantaban just has not been able to get a single hit because of the way that Zekrom was moving around safely, ambiguously, was getting out of the corner safely. That was tough. That didn't look like a good time.
Yeah, it really is a double-edged sword for Corrin in that matchup, because, if you go to a smaller stage, you might be able to kill Sonic earlier, but how much breathing room are you going to have against Sonic when you're playing on Smashfield or Battlefield, or maybe even something like PS2? Then you go to FD, okay, you have a little more room, you can time your arrows a little better so you're not getting as whiff punished as hard, but the blast zones are now way harder, to kill Sonic off of. They're way larger, so now it takes you even longer to kill this character who's already playing for time in a lot of situations. So it's kind of like, screwed either way, like, really hard to. There wasn't a good coin flip there. So I mean, obviously, I still think going to a different stage other than FD probably would have been the move, but we don't know what the bans were either.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I would like to see that gone differently, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, Zekrom definitely earned that dub, and now we have our next matchup here.
Yeah, we should be seeing Jumbo Jack going up against Curb Starry. Guys, anybody in Arizona that might be watching, please let us know, like, who you are with your in-game tags. That would be quite helpful. Because I wouldn't be able to tell you who's who, so now I'm, like, scrambling to be able to figure this out.
Yeah. I've been able to, it's been helpful because the player names have been correspondent to their player colors, so I've been using that lately. But yeah, so we do have Jumbo Jack as the Diddy player. I believe he is the 2nd seed in this bracket, and he's had some pretty decent results lately. Oh yeah, you can see right there, Jumbo Jack. He's red. He's red at the top.
Yeah,
but
Jumbo
yeah,
Jack's
so
Diddy Kong Club started the ID.
Yeah, not too bad. I would expect pretty solid stuff from Jumbo Jack. He's already had a really solid run in the bracket so far.
Yep.
There's already actually only one match won so far, the 2-0 victory, but definitely a favorite in this bracket as well in the top 4 competitors.
Gotta say, I really love how efficient Jumbo Jack is with a lot of his ledge trapping already, and his edge guarding. We're seeing, like, throwing banana at ledge to be able to cover the 2-frame, and then also simultaneously setting themselves up for the ledge trump. The way that Jumbo Jack is asserting themselves across the stage, they just seem so confident moving from A to B.
Yeah, I mean, this is one of the risks of giving a Diddy Kong access to Pokemon Stadium 2. There are so many ledge cancel opportunities for Diddy. Diddy can just run circles around you, just slip and slide all over the place here. And now a very solid lead for Jumbo Jack already. Diddy has tools to deal with all 3 Pokemon as well. It never really feels like they're, you know, a fish out of water in this matchup.
Who gets a late hit dash attack into foil, setting up a banana at ledge to cover the neutral get up. Edge cancels the side B once again, man. Like, Diddy has those setups on this kind of a stage.
Yeah, it makes it very difficult for PT to follow up in almost any situation. All 3, I mean, even Charizard, who, you know, pretty decent ground speed, like, can't always just chase Diddy Kong. And that's really one of the issues with Pokemon trainers, that Diddy Kong can get away in a lot of these situations very easily.
And again, like, Jumbo Jack's just, like, the way that they're controlling the corner is so efficient. Gets a falling up into another one. That was optimal. That was beautiful. Jumbo Jack was just so ready for that situation. And a 3-1 stock lead in a pretty dominating fashion thus far.
And these low percents, I mean, especially against Diddy, you really got to be careful about just throwing out moves. I mean, Jumbo Jack using that to their advantage, knows that Kirby Star is just, like, fishing really hard.
Yep.
So they're going to use that to throw out the banana as often as they can and whiff punish with that. You can already see it's working out in their favor.
Yep. I did not know that Diddy Kong get up attack from ledge was that big. And I was like, huh, when I just saw it. So that was a little bit interesting, though. Jumbo Jack, once again, positioning themselves to be able to catch this landing right now. Beautiful command grab. Oh, buddy.
That was the F tilt to cancel the flare blitz there, I think. That was pretty nuts. That was, I mean, looking down the barrel of a gun right there to do that. But, you know, gonna go down eventually. Still a huge stock lead here for Jumbo Jack.
Yeah, and at this point, honestly, if I'm Jumbo Jack, I'd just be playing back, waiting for Code to be the one constantly initiating or overextending. When you've got a lead this big, dude, you can chill out.
That's true, but I mean, if you're playing against Charizard, oh, that was nice.
When you play against Charizard, you can lose your stock whenever. That have Smash Bros did it.
You definitely can, but as a big hitbox, you want to be landing those side Bs. And I like that Jumbo Jack's not playing too defensively, wants to take advantage of having that Charizard out and deal damage when they can. And doing him dirty with the jetpack, the barrel blast at the end, love to see it.
Yeah, that's a double hit. That's like a bit of a vibe check, bit of a move, right? You gotta either just like hold on to the shield, and wait. You know, just hold on to your shield, wait for the double hit to connect. But again, it's just like such an uncomfortable and difficult position to be in. So, gotta say that was a dominant game 1 from Jumbo Jack. Jumbo Jack's edge guarding, ledge trapping, and corner pressures are all so on point, and the advantage state is nuts. This is some optimal Diddy.
It really does come down to like a timing game. Like, you got to have the right moves available at the right time to stop the really quick, you know, the ledge slips, the side Bs, the banana approaching. It's really a timing game against a character who is just so quick, so nimble.
Yep.
It's hard to be constantly reactionary against Diddy. You kind of have to set the tone, set the pace yourself, and not let this Diddy just, oh, I can pull banana whenever. I can just run out and throw out aerials whenever, which is really what we're seeing right now.
And right now, we are seeing Code just sort of play back a little bit, but Banana's just so good for the Jumbo in the way that they're just catching a lot of buttons for mid-range, catching a lot of preemptive commitments.
Oh, nice. Going for that angel drop right there. Doesn't land it, but you're seeing more damage done and finally does get that setup. not exactly the same, but close enough. That
Close
being
enough,
said, I mean,
yeah.
you know, the Jumbo Jack now going to start stacking it up and switching back to that Ivysaur's Kirby Starry. Gets control of the banana, of course, wants to also have the Leaf Blade, the Razor Blade ready to go. Going to start using that to try and wall them out a little bit. But that's the thing. All three Pokemon at times
wave-
really don't have the speed to deal with Diddy Kong.
And I have to say, the way that Jumbo Jack is positioning themselves on the platform, always wary of the positions that Kirby Star, especially out of disadvantage, is pressing buttons, they're just able to perpetuate their advantage state for so long and really get the most out of it. I want to see Kirby Star just maybe jump back, disengage a little bit more.
I mean, how do you even catch this Kong right now? It's just the wave bounce peanut pop guns, using that side B, just continually mixing up their approach. Jumbo Jack is just looking so confident right now, and Kirby Star really having trouble even poking into Jumbo Jack's range. Going to get that whiff punish to get the seismic toss, but not going to get the kill. Again, the barrels opening things up. Forward air will get the confirm, but
Great
Jumbo
catch.
Jack's still feeling very safe here with such a huge lead.
Ooh, double hit banana
Wow.
into F smash. That interaction looked like a difficult time. Oh man, I really was not expecting that to go the way it did, but you know what? Jumbo Jack was ready and capitalized all the way.
Yeah, you got to take advantage of when Charizard's out against you as Diddy Kong. That's the biggest target. You're not going to be able to miss the broadside of the barn there. At the same time, though, I mean, Squirtle almost feels like they're too small to deal with Diddy Kong, whereas Charizard's too big. Squirtle doesn't have the range, might have the speed, but doesn't have the hitboxes. Ivysaur's kind of that nice balance, but Ivysaur lacks the speed too. So it's hard. You really don't have a solid matchup either way. Diddy Kong seems to really have the advantage no matter which way you slice it.
Yeah, and again, just Jumbo Jack is playing at a range where they're calling out a lot of these Razor Leafs by using the hitbox to flip the side B. Kirby Star can't seem to initiate right now.
And that is it. The banana confirm the 2 stock. Just like that. A very, very convincing victory for our second seed.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say it. Jumbo Jack's kind of nice. That was just solid, clean Diddy Kong play. A lot of really smart positioning and waiting, knowing when to extend, knowing when to sit on a platform and maybe catch an aggressive mash out of disadvantage. Yeah, Jumbo Jack's nuts.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Kirby Starry was definitely, looking good, but against a player like Jumbo Jack, I mean, that was night and day right there. The Diddy looked just absolutely flawless, right? And almost maybe one dropped setup we saw, and then right a second later got the setup right after and got the kill confirm. Kirby Starry really didn't have too much room for reprieve there, so all Jumbo Jack. And now we're moving on to our next matchup here. It looks like we are getting the return, I believe, of Mike AG back on stream.
Yeah, Mike AG going to be going up against Ulkios. Ulk, I believe, is an S player, so I'm already popping off anybody in chat. For those of y'all that don't know, I love talking about Ness. I play a lot of Ness, and this is going to be really exciting, especially because of the fact that Mike plays Ken. Dude, that matchup is suffering for Ken. Oh man, you get your jump called out, and you kind of explode.
I'm very much looking forward to this matchup, especially because we've already seen Mike G in this. But yeah, the characters, as you said, very, very explosive. That's the perfect word for this. So yeah, this is, this is for, I believe, a winner's semi spot here. So the winner of this matchup will be facing off against the winner of Schroeder versus Zekrom. So this right here, you win this one, then you are in a qualifier position to potentially make that top 4. So we're now getting to, the cream of the crop right here. Ulkios actually already took out Pizu, who we saw on stream earlier against Squambo. So we have a bit of, a measurement there in terms of expectations, since we've already seen Mike AG, and we've seen one of the players that his opponents already defeated.
Yeah. So we're going to be seeing Mike going up against Ulkios. Just as you said, the winner of this is going to be fighting the winner of Schroeder and Zekrom. On the other side of winner semis, bracket is starting to get filled up, starting to get finished up a little bit. Jumbo Jack and Jinx will be playing next on stream. So, Wolf Ness. This is a pretty alright matchup for Ness. At the end of the day, Ness's advantage state on somebody of Wolf's weight, on somebody of Wolf's fall speed is incredible. Ness has maybe some of the best edge guarding against Wolf as well, since his mix is so limited and exploitable. So, honestly, couldn't have asked for anything better for Olkios.
Absolutely not. Yeah, through the Wi-Fi era, I think everybody has really caught on and respected the side kids a bit more. And certainly as we move back into offline, I think we're going to see those players continue to translate and continue to, make the most of them. Against Wolf, yeah, I think, has the tools to play that close quarters game where Ness against other characters can really start to, cross up on shields really hard. Wolf's one of those characters you cannot do that on safely.
And I have to say, I really like a lot of these high recovery attempts from Olkios. The way that they're mixing up with double jump cancel magnet and maybe a double jump aerial. They're just making themselves, they're not going to the ledge against Wolf. And honestly, I wouldn't want to be on ledge against Wolf either.
Ooh, yeah, that's going to be rough. Yeah, definitely, I agree. You don't want to be on the ledge against Wolf. You don't want to be getting too framed. And honestly, a lot of your get-up options, I mean, Wolf can easily cover so many of them with a short hop nair.
For sure, going to be beautiful smash. Dash back. Yeah, that dash back F smash is going to be able to clean it up. I have to say, that was such a good setup. Falling up air on shield, not always particularly the safest, but Wolf does lack a lot of out-of-shield options. Down tilt is really good at catching a lot of spot dodges out of shield and holding onto shield. Oh my. Oh, mamma mia.
That worked? What?
I
don't even... I guess got caught lacking, hitting a button out of that string. Wow, that was awesome. Love to see that. And that is going to be such a huge lead afforded off that early kill.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, that's a nasty position to be in. It's an amazing follow-up from Olkios. The way that they're moving around the stage is so efficient. A lot of double jump cancel PK fires, and gotta say, Mike is not used to it. Oh boy. Oh, this is huge.
Oh.
But they're a little bit too close to the ground when they double jump cancel magneted. They needed to get a little bit more height from the initial double jump, although they had the right idea.
Yeah, I like that little turnaround you get, and then just obviously looking for the grab to try and get a back throw to look for some stage control there. Look at this lead, though. Mike AG looking a little rough here, a bit worse for wear. Definitely not the best we've seen him. Does get that up smash, scoops him up. Obviously, a lot of low-profile range there on that up smash, but still. I mean, this is the thing, is that, against Ness, Wolf can contend pretty well when Ness is coming at them, but when Wolf has to chase Ness, it's a whole different story.
Sure, but this time I'm going to be able to find those follow-ups. Now, Olkios may be getting a little bit too greedy with how they are getting back to center stage. Really aggressively double jump canceling magneting. If you get called out in that, and you're now off stage against Wolf without your double jump, you are basically dead.
Ooh. That was such a good parry. I mean, any lower, that shield was easily going to get poked too. Really solid timing. Mike AG, 135, yeah, the get-up attack going to easily get punished by the yo-yo, and Mike AG losing that first game.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
So, I like to say, I think that get-up attack from Mike was maybe not the worst idea ever, just because, get-up attack against Ness can be so useful, especially if they do opt to go for preemptive yo-yos a lot. You're able to basically hit through it, so it's basically a surefire way of getting past that. However, in that position, Mike didn't actually react to the yo-yo. They were at such a high percent where they didn't have that legend vulnerability anymore. So they were kind of forced to pick an option. When you got a high percent, you just gotta guess sometimes.
Oh, absolutely. And Olkios also did a really good job of not getting into the trap of trying to whiff punish Wolf's smash attacks. Notoriously low end lag on those moves, and I almost feel like there wasn't a single opportunity or moment where they caught themselves lacking and were trying to whiff punish Wolf and got caught out. So, the PK cross, okay, let's see it.
Listen, tech chasing with PK flash tag is so solid. That move has almost no end lag. You can follow up off of it, and it's incredibly plus on shield. So, doing that to tech chase on plats with such a huge hitbox, pretty solid stuff.
And it's steezy. It looks cool as hell.
Oh,
wow.
Oh, no.
I don't know if that should have killed.
That really shouldn't have. That DI was the antithesis of Pog.
The DI was sus. That's all I'm going to say. Definitely vented. Now Mike AG has, for the first time in this set, a considerable lead here. Not only a lot of room afforded to him by Kalos, but really no pressure to approach. They're not even at high percent, so The thing is, though, is that when they are approaching, they're getting caught out consistently by the Nest forward air and Nest nair, which are almost ready to go every time for an anti-air situation. So Mike AG really has to be careful, getting constantly caught out midair. Wow, that PK fire.
This should just be a simple and clean yo-yo here, but Mike is still able to air dodge back onto the ledge, but then the next option was a little bit too hasty. Still ends up falling into the yo-yo. Mike positions themselves on the platform, continuing to advantage state. That's a Nest with offstage with no double jump. This should be it, but not yet.
F smash just outside of their range. Back throw, trying to keep him in the corner. String potential, but no. Olkios instead looking for the read onto the stage, but Mike AG continues to stay on the platform. Now looking for some pokes, gets a continuation into the dash attack.
Ooh,
now getting
within 60%. Olkios just kept themselves safe and discouraged Mike from trying to ledge trap in that position at all. So dangerous, but just barely skirting under these hitboxes.
And the one time I see that Olkios does punish that forward smash is perfectly timed. Very, very close, though. Olkios has to be careful throwing out these PK fires on the left side of the stage. You can see that Mike AG is starting to fish.
Ooh, now how do they get off the ledge? How do they get out of the corner? That time going to be opting for a bit too aggressive of an F-tilt. That's a nasty place to be in. Getting down to the on your shield like that, that's just tough.
And that's going to be enough, and that's so good by Olkios to really just, okay, I'm going to respond to these backdashes with a lot of disjointed moves, force you off stage, and there's no way you're getting back. And then the parry on the up smash. Olkios is feeling themselves right now.
I like the fact that Olkios was really patient on punishing the Wolf Flash. They're like, hey, I don't need to press here. If I whiff this, I die. So, like, you know, I'll respect it. Ooh, double magnet for like a little bit of a stall there. Doesn't go for any timing mix-ups. Off stage with no double jump, and just like that, Mike with a beautiful spaced F-tilt.
Cannot be playing around at the edge like that, especially against Wolf. You gotta know better. And now it's tied up. This stage selection definitely working out, affording Wolf the room they need.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, affording Nest affording Wolf the room they need. That being said, I mean, Nest can you know, really takes that advantage, I think, just as the same, and can still do a lot of work off stage.
We're just sitting and shield on the platform. They're not fighting their way back on. Olkios played that so patiently. Tries to go for the tech chase with PK Fire, but a little bit too late on the draw there. Big damage.
How do they land? Platform giving him some life and confirming it to the PK Fire. Oh my god, almost got the tech. Another PK Fire could have been disaster there for Mike AG, but somehow gets away with their life. Just barely intact.
Olkios is swinging quite a bit. Mike is doing an excellent job of moving around that. That PK Thunder was so committal. Beautiful scoop with the up smash right now. Mike dashing back and forth, looking for a way to catch this landing, looking for a way to continue this juggle. Gives up a little bit too much stage. Such good tracking.
Too close for comfort there. That's a clincher. Now off stage, the yo-yo's going to be there, but the get-up attack, very well done, just before the invincibility ran out. But the back throw. After all of that, you hate to go down to the Nest back throw, but it is what it is. Very well fought between these two players, but it will be Olkios going out on top.
Yeah, really there towards the end, I just feel like Mike was getting a little bit too antsy and so defining that kill. Pressed the button on Nessa's shield. Olkios was waiting for it, was just saying, hey, I'm going to plant my feet here, I'm going to sit in shield. Worst case happens, I get tomahawked. But yeah, I think that was really well played from Olkios. I really liked towards the end as well from Mike, how they started opting once again to go for a lot of high recoveries. They didn't have as much to feel about yo-yo, and they were able to hold on to a lot of their stock. I feel like the biggest thing in this entire set that we've seen so far, Olkios capitalized so much off of these double jump cancel PK fires, especially off of platforms. Against Ness, like that's one of the most important neutral tools. That's how they get away with pressing PK fire pretty safely. You gotta be under the plat, ready to call it out. You gotta know the distances because, especially game one, Mike kind of blew up for it.
No, you really did, and I think a lot of the time was just it took him a little time to find that like good anti-air tool as well. Yeah, the platforms, getting tech chased a lot of damage that I'm sure they would want to take back there or get back, I suppose. And now we are seeing our next match come up. Two of these players should absolutely be familiar to you and us as well, and all of you in chat, because they are Jumbo Jack and Jinx. We saw Jinx previously already take down West convincingly with their Wii Fit Trainer 2-0. And then, of course, we just saw very recently Jumbo Jack take out Curb Starry 2-0 with that Diddy Kong that was looking flawless against Pokemon Trainer. So now, these two players who have looked very dominant on their on-stream matches, head-to-head, we're going to see how it plays out. Can't wait.
Yeah, so Jumbo Jack's going up against Jinx. Once again, I feel like these are some pretty unconventional matchups for Wii Fit. You have to worry about Banana at ledge, and let me tell you a little something about Banana. That is a transcendent projectile. No matter what hitbox you throw out there, it will simply not interact with it. The only thing offstage that it will interact with is Wii Fit, and maybe the hitbox of Header itself. So, you can't get too comfortable playing offstage against Diddy like that.
No, you definitely can't. I mean, that's really, I think, a lot of what some players have felt throughout this series is you can't be playing at the ledge against any of these characters. Now, both of these characters who have the tools to deal with each other going at it, and you can see it's a scramble at the ledge. This is insane.
Yeah, no, both of them are fighting so deep off stage. F Smash just barely not going to be able to take that stock, and you see, that time, because of the fact that Header is a projectile with an active hitbox, in addition to a hitbox, Banana does end up interacting with it, but a beautiful kill confirmed to be able to close out that stock.
Now, how does Jinx, bring this back? I mean, the thing about Diddy is just the immense speed and agility along with the Banana. I mean, Wii Fit Trainer has the projectiles, doesn't have the same explosive speed.
Yeah, Diddy Kong players always tell me, like, once Diddy takes a stock, oh no. So
wow.
I was really sitting there thinking for a second, there is no way that this was going to happen the way I think it will, right? And I'm glad it didn't, because that would have been tough.
All I can say is I've been there, and it never works out for me. That's all I'm going to say. Oh, wow, a full lead now, and Jumbo Jack is really setting the pace here. The Banana is locking down Wii Fit. The thing about it is that the projectiles can come out from Wii Fit Trainer, but they don't lock Diddy down. The volleyball's not keeping Diddy in place. But you put that banana down in front of the corner, you don't have a lot of options to get up.
For sure, you're really limited. You have to make sure that your decision-making is on point. I have never seen up B send at that kind of a hitbox that was just... Oh, there was a lot happening. Didn't get the explosion hit! No! Still isn't able to find it! Jumbo Jack's brain is immense! That was so mensa!
Trying to go... At that point, I think it would have killed either way. No matter how you DI'd it. And, that was hard. I mean, you had some solid peanut pop gun looking for the reverse back air confirm opportunities and attempts. Look at the string from Jumbo Jack just piling it on off of these low aerials off the platforms. This is looking rough.
Jumbo Jack's damage output is just straight up not okay. They've really, like, squeezed every single bit of damage out of their advantage state.
Oh, I was like, yo, where are those barrels going right now? The second you drop that shield, where are they going?
There's two of them happening at the same time. I didn't even know you could have two active like that.
Yeah, you can.
I would just sit and shield and just wait. I'm like, hey, listen, man, you want to get back onto the stage, have a fantastic time? I am not messing with this.
Yeah, the barrels have a mind of their own at times, I swear. Ever since the Brawl days. And now Jumbo Jack with a substantial lead here. Again, one of those situations where this is great because, I mean, Jumbo Jack likes the fact that Jinx has that banana in their hand. That takes away their aerials.
Oh my!
Oh, wait!
Just like that, with that one commitment to the low recovery, that's gonna be it, and Jinx takes that game.
Wow, I did not expect that at all. The down air breaking through the up B barrels that were plaguing him. Let's do that again. Look at 0%, 17%, 17%. They died at 34, got hit at 17. Jumbo, you were saying at the beginning of the game, you can't play around at the ledge. You can't, especially this far in the bracket. That's what's going to happen to you.
I think Wii Fit's funny. I think there are a lot of really funny things about Wii Fit. Sometimes, with Super Smash Bros. Ultimate for the Nintendo Switch, you have to just sit back and really appreciate how funny things are. You know what's really funny about Wii Fit? The fact that she has 3 spikes. She can spike with side B, she can spike with the back hit of forwarder, and she can spike with down air. I think that's pretty funny. So that's like 3 separate hitboxes that you always have to look out for off stage. That's a lot of things to keep on your mind. And one catch on a low recovery is going to be it.
Yeah, that's dying at 17% when your opponent's at like 138, 139 at like
pretty
kill
funny.
percent.
It's pretty funny.
Funny's that's a word you could pick. Yeah, all right, funny is certainly a word, but now that it's evenly tied up here, yeah, wow, that was quite the game, and now we're going to FD.
And again, I love the way that Jumbo's just locking down the ledge using banana. That option coverage, that flip kick would have been able to cover just about really everything from the banana. So, look again, Jumbo Jack is just so comfortable with so many of these positions.
Oh! No. But does get back in time, yeah.
That's
no
a ledge
but...
regrab.
Yeah.
And tries to go for like a recovery mix-up there, so Jumbo Jack was forced to come up with a different option on the fly. Love that side B, just continues the option coverage. Little too high of a percent to follow up into upper, so not quite yet.
Again, it's that acceleration, the explosiveness of Diddy that really, swing in their favor. You can see the barrel's a perfect response to get that kill, but then just like that, Jinx ties it up.
Your banana, my banana. Yeah, those are really, like when you're fighting somebody like Diddy Kong Gob, you just gotta be able to use the projectiles against themselves, because you can just really throw them off their own rhythm and sort of break their flow chart that way.
Oh, an extra forward air just to give him a little more room off stage, a little more opportunity to set the banana up.
No.
The up B, I have to think that was just a really risky, like, all right, I'm going to try and take you out with me, but also maybe needed the up B to try and trade to get their jump back or their up B back. Not entirely sure, might have been a misinput, but using the Vireball against them, trying to stay alive, but again, they've been in the position before, got to be careful at low percent at the ledge.
I feel like Jumbo Jack just keeps on losing their stock in the most unfortunate ways
yeah.
about now, so... Yeah, they're still on track to be able to clean this game up. They just got to be able to find this kill. Once again, the option coverage at the ledge is so good. They timed that back kill so that they can still react to a ledge roll.
Jumbo Jack's flexing over here, kind of doing a little combo video against the stage for a second.
Back throw is
kill,
actually going to be able to kill. Yeah, 150%. You know what? Sure.
That was nice. Not gonna kill, of course, but hey, damage is damage.
And now Jumbo Jack may be getting a little bit too aggressive with some of these approaches. Jinx was just in a good position where they didn't have to worry about side B. They sat back and they were able to whip punish that so well.
Ooh. And losing the banana again, I guess a couple times in a row now that Jumbo Jack has gotten the banana out but hasn't really been able to use it at all.
Such a dangerous position to be in, being offstage against Refit at the same time. Man, somebody is getting spiked, and more often than not, it's going to be you, and not the Refit. Banana side
Love
B.
that. The call out there, looking for potentially the air dart, but instead still gets him with the connection on that down B, and then the back air from low. Not going to be enough, still alive.
Oh, beautiful spacing on the up B, just gets past both the down air and the banana. Such an awful position to be in as Jumbo Jack, but slowly fights their way back on. Down tilt, not going to be able to convert into up smash. A little bit too much knockback. This is
didn't
scary.
grab the banana. No banana active.
Is that it?
Gets pummeled, gets done, gets stopped, gets taken out. Jinx with the 2-0. Jumbo Jack. It slips through his fingers, it seems. So close, but Jinx comes out on top.
Oh, yeah, wow. Gotta say, Jumbo Jack played that game so well, but they just kept on losing their stocks in a really early fashion. In a lot of unfortunate positions, too. That SD was probably didn't feel too good. Some of those other hits probably didn't feel too good either. That last stock in game number 1, it was such a good call out on a low recovery, but man, if you spike
that's a
kills,
mental boomer. Oh, like,
dude,
to have that lead and die at 17%, that's really hard to come back from mentally.
That's tough. Again, all you can do at the end of the day is just think, wow, this game's pretty funny. So, going into this next set, we're going to be seeing Schroeder, the GOAT, going up against Olkio. So, I don't know who Schroeder is playing today.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, the first time we've seen Schroeder on stream the whole night. So,
yeah,
we have seen Olkios, Jumbo Jack and Jinx, obviously seen before multiple times. I mean, yeah, back on that last set, it was really, I think, came down to Jinx controlling that banana, right? I mean, it seemed like Jumbo Jack almost had no control over the banana. Now coming into this one, I'm interested to see what this character matchup, goes down. We know Okio's likely going to be going for Ness, but, has Schroeder really, been changing up the game plan? Does Schroeder already have a character in mind? We don't know just yet. Schroeder's 2-0'd all of their opponents so far and is now sitting in a potential top 4 spot. We're waiting to see what they're going to pick. And it is Falcon, as we were speculating.
We're going to be seeing Schroeder's funny little Falcon there going up against Ness, so I gotta say, if I were Okio's right about now, I wish I had that kind of a bracket run. Captain Falcon into Ken into, just like fighting Falcon again, or fighting Wolf, excuse me. Pretty good for Ness. However, as soon as Falcon does get something started, because of Ness's floaty nature, he is able to convert and follow up so well, so you really gotta play keep away.
Absolutely, and of course, remember, this set will be establishing our second of the 4 qualified players. Jinx is already qualified for the top 16 bracket this Saturday, and now we're looking for our second qualified player here. It might be Schroeder, it might be Okio's. Of course, this is all brought to you by Pure Esports here in Gilbert, Arizona. It's been hyped so far here, Dara, and so far both of these players are just scrapping right now, but Schroeder, obviously, clear advantage.
Yeah, right now Schroeder is just playing back at a really, really safe range, always waiting for Okios to initiate first. Finally gonna be getting a forward throw for a bit of stage control. Probably would have opted to go for the back throw, honestly, just to get Captain Falcon into the corner and maybe force out a preemptive option. Great tracking. Just waited out that double jump.
On the Raptor boost, trying to get something started on the platform, but we'll be able to air dodge out of there just in time. And Schroeder just continues to put the pressure on, not letting them up at all in the down air to forward smash. It's a classic textbook. No problem at all. Continues to go in and trying to train the corner here. I mean, Schroeder does not want to, give any opportunity for Ness to start throwing projectiles out, but gets a little too greedy. That down smash is almost their demise.
Yeah, just was slightly misspaced to be able to land. It tries to catch out a landing, but I love that magnet stall from Okios. Definitely tripped up some of Schroeder's timing. Back throw, that DI, maybe not the best it could have been, but beautiful stuff to Okios either way.
Schroeder again going to start looking to poke with that back air and the nair here. Really trying to, catch Ness, using their jump in neutral potentially. Nice back air, catch them during a dash attack, it looked like, and gonna try to go as low as possible before force out that down air. Does so, avoids it, gets back, but 100% lead here now for Schroeder, but it's starting to get whittled down here by Okios, who has the momentum going and gets Falcon coast to coast! Oh, that was almost enough.
That up B from Schroeder was so smart. Gotta say, that definitely looked like Okios' edge code. That time, that PK Thunder was super unsafe, especially because they didn't end up hitting Schroeder's shield, so bit of an overextension, though, an overcommitment.
Schroeder now with the lead, but it is a bare minimum of a lead. Thing is, though, is now, Schroeder's looking for Okios to make mistakes, and he's punishing those mistakes.
Well, he tries to go for it. Oh, I like the commitment once again to trying to catch the low recovery. Something I really want to say that I love about Schroeder's play right about now, the way that they're always full hopping, they're never full hopping in the same kind of an arc. They're full hopping out, they're full hopping in place, and they're full hopping in. They're making it as difficult as possible for Okios to try to catch out a jump. Oh
no, didn't want to go too close to the ledge, thought they were going to get 2 frames, but that meant the trajectory was too low to even grab the ledge at all. So Schroeder will take game 1.
Well, yeah, going into the next game, I just feel like there is a lot of ranges where Schroeder is playing just outside of Okios' immediate area of effect, and was just waiting for the jump call out, Schroeder was just so confident in their own positioning that they were like, hey, I know I can full hop you, I don't have to worry about your forward air yet, I know if you press this right now, I can bait it out and try to punish it. So Schroeder actually going to be swapping out to the Pyra Mithra, and let me tell you something a little bit about this matchup. It feels bad. You get hit and you explode as Ness.
Ooh, yeah, and this is obviously a case of Schroeder's feeling confident enough that they are going to go to another character, but I'm thinking it's also might just be, as you said, more of an ease of use thing, because this matchup is certainly in Pyramith's favor, though almost getting stepped a little bit low below the ledge. But yeah, that's going to be a switch I think might end up working in Schroeder's favor. So far, it certainly is.
who tries to go through the down air there. That would have been able to convert it into either an up smash or an up air, and would have been the stock. It's crazy just how big, like, Pyla's kill windows are sometimes, especially on Ness. They're huge.
Oh. Yeah, light character, gonna die earlier, especially those up Bs. Going super low. I think at that point didn't have much of a choice. Stroder just really boxed them out and I think took away the PK Thunder. And Stroder now with a very clear-cut lead, 49%. Just a little more than that. Looking very good.
I'm not really sure about that PK Flash there. Maybe that was a PK file that was misinputted as a B-reverse PK Flash. But either way, right now, Okios just needs to get something started, able to get Pyga off stage, but not able to find that win con.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the thing is, at the moment, Stroder is really identifying the moments where Ness is going to be using specials, can easily punish those, but then when you're Ulquios and you're trying to focus more on aerials and maybe less on these specials, you just don't have the range to deal with Pyra or Myth or Sword, so it's again, a kind of a do or die, but more of a die or dire situation here because there's really no good option.
Oh yeah, for sure. Ulquios, I like the patience at the ledge there. They didn't want to commit to too many buttons, but inadvertently they did end up letting Stroder get back on. Stroder gonna be pressing that neutral, get up before the yo-yo comes out and ends up just walking right into it. So, good stuff to Ulquios.
Again, that range. The second that Ulquios wants to start looking for, a normal or a grab, they get shut out immediately. There's almost nothing you can really do.
Gotta say, that's dirty from Ulquios, which is so solid. This is such a nasty position. Is able to get a tail whip, but was pixels away from being able to find the actual head hit. Do like the attempt nonetheless.
Again, that's literally what I was talking about right there. The second you see that Ness going for the PK fire midair, you see the up air scoop him from below.
Yep.
The moment those specials are used, they're getting punished.
Wow, Stroder's conversions are so solid. Tries to wait out the next option, but Ulquios makes themselves so ambiguous with those magnets. I like the drag down up air up smash attempt, but that's definitely not going to do it quite yet.
Oh no. These platforms are not a safe haven for you, Ulquios, unfortunately.
Tries to go through the down tilt 2 frame, is not able to find it. So that interaction's a little bit funky. Just because of how little frame advantage down tilt has, Stroder probably pressed that spot dodge before the down tilt itself. Down tilt connected, but it's still buffered. Just because of how fast that move is and just how little frame advantage it gives you. To stop an opponent from buffering an option, you need to press down tilt just a couple of times in succession.
Oh, wow, the PK flash does actually land. That's just enough for Ulquios to get back onto the stage. Again, these platforms, though, I mean, they really can't be caught out there.
Ulquios just trying to stall as long as they can. Goes for a double flash stall. The angle was impeccable there, but neutral get ups right into Stroder. That's going to be a free grab any day of the week. But fights their way back on. Doesn't get the extension from the forwarder. I love the attempt.
This is still doable. Ulquios is not out of this at all.
They're playing patiently. They're not running into that. They're like, hey. Oh, boy. All right. How
yeah, I mean, if you're Ness, what do you do against this? What do you do against, I mean, this Nair is huge range, low end lag. What do you do?
I mean, Ulquios fully deserves to win this game, by the way. They just sat there patiently and waited, but you know what? They're still holding on to the stock. Amazing DI.
I am surprised it's even gone this long. And the longer that Stroder keeps Ulquios alive, the scarier it gets, I think. But Stroder seems to be super confident. It's still not going to be enough despite that poking through. No way.
Oh, waits out the button press. That is a good grab on the ledge. That tech was so hype.
Yeah,
oh my god.
And that's back throw might be able to kill at the ledge now, though. Now Stroder has to be very careful. This is now more than doable for Ulquios, especially when those side Bs are being thrown out.
Honestly,
very obvious looking for the grab.
Oh my. Ulquios just playing patiently, not wanting to go past those side Bs at all. Gets
oh!
But don't forget that up smash is a projectile, my friend. just like Bayonetta's up smash, just like Nessa's up smash, Yo-Yo can actually be interacted with in the air. Anybody else's up smash, aerial hitboxes and grounded hitboxes, they phase through each other. But because somebody somewhere at Nintendo was like, yep, we're gonna make sure that you can interact with this, we're gonna go ahead and make Yo-Yo a projectile. Yeah, GG's, shake my hand.
And we're gonna see the last few frames of it right here. Yep. Well, you know what? Honestly, I think Big Sword beats Yo-Yo any day of the week, regardless of whether or not it's Smash or real life. So that makes sense to me.
Big Sword beats Yo-Yo. Big Hitbox beats Yo-Yo. In fact, as long as there is an active hitbox where Yo-Yo wants to be connecting, you're going to be winning that interaction at the end of the day. I feel like I know what was going through Schroeder's head a little bit. I think in Schroeder's mind, knowing Schroeder, they were really thinking to themselves, man, it'd be really funny if I pressed nail 8 times in succession. I think that's like the beginning and the end of that. Because like Olkios adapted beautifully. They played so patiently after that, but sometimes Schroeder was like, yeah, I can sit here and press buttons. What are you gonna do about it? And the answer is kinda almost nothing.
Yeah, that's some TCP, some top character privilege right there for sure. So we do have our two of 4 contended players, qualified players. Of course, we have Schroeder as well as Jinx. Those are our 2 of 4 in this top 4 for this last group, which means we only have 2 more spots left for the top 16 this weekend. Of course, Jumbo Jack, Mike AG, Kirby Starry, Zekrom, Bulbasaur, all still in losers bracket, looking to try to secure one of those 2 last spots.
So while we do have a little minute, my little PogChamps just wanted to tell you guys, for anybody that's not following the channel, if you guys aren't following Sack Gaming, you guys should go ahead and do so. Drop a follow, and then after you've done that, you should go ahead and give my lovely, incredible co-caster Dak a follow at DakCity_ on Twitter as well. Keep up with him, see what's going on with him. I know you're doing like a lot of Valorant stuff. Talk to us about that.
Oh yeah, so yeah, you know, casted some Smash crews recently, casting Valorant, looking forward to Halo Infinite. Obviously, Metroid Dread just dropped, which I am so pumped about. Any Metroid fans out there, please talk to me about that. Dara, what's been up with you? What have you been working on?
Just focusing on like a lot of commentary stuff, doing quite a bit of traveling as well, so if you're ever watching a Smash stream, chances are you may or may not find me jumping onto the mic, especially if it's happening on the East Coast. You can find me at Delamgaria on both Twitter and Twitch. I say Pog a lot. I also nya a lot. So listen, if that floats your boat, buddy, go ahead and give me a little follow. But with that being said, we are going to be jumping into one of the 2 final matches of tonight. Yes. We have Olkios going up against Bulbasaur.
Absolutely. Looking forward to figure out who our last 2 players are. And we just saw Olkios playing against Schroeder. It was certainly in Schroeder's favor, but I mean, Olkios is absolutely a player that we got to keep an eye on, even beyond this tournament, I would say. And I believe wasn't a top 4 seed. So, I would say considering that, you know, a pretty solid run here. A pretty solid run.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, definitely, like, decimating through the losers bracket.
Yeah.
So Bulbasaur going up against Olkios. Olkios, if I was Olkios, I wouldn't be feeling this right about now. In my mind, in my funny little brain, I would think that Yo-Yo really should not have been coded like that. But somebody at Nintendo thought it would be, once again, a funny decision to do that. So that was just an unfortunate interaction, and to be sent into losers on that kind of a note, I'd be a little bit mad. As Olkios, right about now, I'd be playing with a chip on my shoulder.
Yeah, you definitely got to look at the 2 perspectives of these players, of course. Yeah, Olkios getting very close in winners and now having to fight in that position again, whereas Bulbasaur has had that run in losers at least a little bit. Took out Bacon Bite 2-0, took out Curb Starry 2-0, who we also saw on stream, and also had, I believe, at least a win in winners. So, you know, this is, I mean, that's the thing too, is that this is only a smaller portion of a larger, this is one of 4 groups, right? And then going into the top 16. So, like, even though, like, these players have, like, a qualifying match to go, their trip's not done yet. There's still a lot more of this journey, which I'm sure they're really thinking about as well. And considering if you're going into the top 16 from losers, you know, coming from there instead of winners, I think is really big, right? Like, obviously, Olkios would love to have come into that top 4 from winners and not from losers going into this Saturday's bracket, right? Now that you don't have that, how does that affect your play? What's on your mind? What are you thinking about? Are you thinking about this match? Thinking about the next match? You're thinking about, oh, I could have won that previous match. Why am I here? Or is your mind in the right spot? I think that, a lot about playing in these tournaments is having that mental fortitude and not becoming your own worst enemy. So I'd have to think that Olkios has the right mindset right now, and certainly is playing well to make that, clear to me, and certainly is indicative of such. So I would like to, see some good play come out of both these players. Of course, a lot on the line because winner advances, losers out.
Yeah, so we're going to be seeing, oh my god, dude, if I'm Olkios, I'm popping off right about now. Ness Bowser, that's a matchup where as soon as Ness gets a good hit, man, his advantage state is just absolutely nuts. Olkios just playing really patiently on the platforms right now, just not interacting with Bowser, which honestly, that's what you gotta do, that's the play, but Bulbasaur is spacing themselves around the platforms in such a way, they're always looking out for those double jump cancel PK fires.
Yeah, that's something you have to respect, of course, being the big body here. But at the same time, we know how crazy Bowser is. And the thing about Ness is that even though he can, space out these projectiles and these disjoints, very often is also looking for these cross-ups and on Bowser's shield, and that's where Bowser can start to punish.
Yeah, like Olkios is just playing this so patiently right now. I like the idea to go for double PK Fire, but you do have to remember that against Bowser, Tough Guy does work against grounded PK Fire until about 50% or so. Just gotta make sure you're keeping yourself nice and safe from that. Going for the double jump neutraler instead of landing on Bowser's shield, such a smart choice. Bowser's are typically waiting for you to land aggressively.
Oh, and even though, like, Bowser's able to use those platforms to at least try to create some kind of mix-up on landing, Ness is still quick enough to follow up, and the platforms aren't spaced out enough where Bowser really has enough room to work with here. You can see that Bulbasaur is having some issues landing, but Olkios has no problem at all confidently catching these landings every single time.
Ooh, such a nasty position to be in, stuck in a corner, but again, Bulbasaur is just so constantly aware of those double jump cancel PK fires. They're not dropping the shield in unsafe places. Using, oh my god, I love that interaction so much. PK Flash is such a menacing tool. It has almost no end lag for Ness. As soon as you release it, you can try to bait out an air dodge and then try to follow up with an up air. It's a nasty place to be in, so the real goal for that is like, you need to maneuver around it and then get behind Ness.
It's certainly easier said than done, though, especially with landing some of these other options. I mean, in many matchups for Bowser, you're getting a lot of damage off of your side B, off of your command grab, and off of your normal grab. Against Ness, you're very infrequently, especially in this matchup we're seeing, landing these grabs. So a lot of that damage that Bowser, the Bowser player would be expecting off of that normal option, they're not getting. They're not getting that grab damage, not getting that side B damage, or those kills off of grabs either, because it's so hard to land them against Ness.
Yo, Olkios is playing so patiently right now. They're just playing second beat, waiting for every single one of these approaches from Bulbasaur. Bulbasaur has got to start getting some callouts on Olkios' movement, though. Gotta catch one of these dashbacks, gotta catch a jump to a platform at some point, because Bulbasaur is respecting it way too much.
There's that grab. And yeah, you're right, Bulbasaur is respecting it too much, and then does get caught out, gets grabbed, gets killed. And now it's an opportunity for Bulbasaur to bring themselves right back into this game. Can certainly do so with the damage output of Bowser, but really wants to try and keep that Ness close as possible. I mean, Olkios is willing to play that too, looking for the forward air, but has to be careful playing that close quarters game.
Oh my god, that interaction was so funny! So normally Bowser would be able to tough guy through something like down tilt, however, because of the fact that he was in the air, he was sent in such a way where that's no longer particularly relevant, and so that's the only time you'll see down tilt work on Bowser. That doesn't happen often, but fun little bit of trivia for anybody interested.
Oh. Just running right in, you see Olkios going for that run-in shield, looking for a grab,
Yep.
But the second you go to the ledge, again, the yo-yo is waiting right there for you. So now how does Bulbasaur bring this damage back, bring this game back here? Only needs 1 or 2 hits, but can they keep Ness on the ledge? No. Bulbasaur decides, I'm just going to let you get back on stage, which I can understand. Doesn't want to, be playing games against, disjoints at the ledge, but to just let Ness on stage when you're down,
That's
you're
that
missing out on some
platform jump
opportunities.
call out. That's exactly what you need to be getting without a doubt. Because Ness really loves retreating to the side plats, especially on a stage like Pokemon Stadium 2. If you know he's going to be there in PK fighting, you jump, you try to catch him with a button, maybe with a side B. You see Bulbasaur trying to do it now, but that PK fire, my friend, that is a projectile that is -6 on shield when it's safe like that. You can't let that hit your shield.
Yeah, and Olkios definitely recognized that Bulbasaur is starting to whiff, or I'm sorry, starting to fish a little bit here, going for those side Bs and using like the drag down up air to keep that, active hitbox up as they cover themselves on the landing. Really solid. Oh, no, it works! Lands it! No, you can't be getting hit by that. Still, though, a huge lead here for Olkios, but it's caught on stream.
Oh, there's no double jump. This could be it, but Olkios actually misspacing the yo-yo. They weren't able to get it to hang off the ledge, so that's the opening for Bulbasaur right about now. They got another chance. They can make it happen.
And Bulbasaur is respecting that PK fire, but there's just nothing that they can do recovering horizontally, linearly, against the ledge like that, against Yo-Yo. And if you go too low, you could get spiked because you're using all that time to recover low, but if you don't recover low, you're going to get Yo-Yoed, so like, what do you do?
So, in this matchup specifically, Bowser does have an angle where he can space up B so that the hitbox once again interacts with Yo-Yo and then is able to hit Ness above the ledge. It's a little bit tight spacing, but honestly, at this point in the meta, it's kind of essential to have in your back pocket. I don't know if that's actually possible with the way that up smash was being positioned, but against down smash, it's an interaction that happens all the time. So you really want to be going through the side, try to use the horizontal hitbox of up B on the way up, but yeah, not from that angle.
So, counterpick, Town and City for Bulbasaur. How do you feel about this stage here? Do you think this is the right counterpick?
So, I actually really love this idea, because what Bulbasaur was really struggling to call out was those platform PK fires. Those double jump cancel PK fire onto platforms. When you take away the bi-platformness, suddenly he only really has one platform that he can really jump to like that, which is the center plat. So, taking that away from him, Bulbasaur will no longer have to keep that in mind.
And not only that, I mean, there's just, like you're saying, there's really nowhere for, and even now, very few options for Ness to land with, right?
Yep.
Like, has to commit. And that's exactly what Bulbasaur needs.
Ooh, again, just double jumping so low. Olkios just keeps on opting to recover low. I do want to see some mix-ups at some point because I feel a two-frame happening at some point.
Oh no! Oh, almost gets the read! Right direction, doesn't get the input out though. I think he might have actually slipped as they were interacting towards the ledge, but that was almost really bad there for Bulbasaur, as Olkios is very much a kill percent here, but might have had an opportunity to swing things in their favor. The up tilt will catch as they run through. And now 49% with the lead here for Bulbasaur.
And Olkios is going through like a lot of jump leads that I believe aren't fully there right about now. Oh no, that's an unfortunate jab lock, but actually doesn't go through the down tilt magnet jab lock. That would normally reposition you to get the typical part of F smash, and that might have been able to kill. Back throw, of course, Bowser being the heaviest in the game, not gonna die to that quite yet.
Oh, gets pineapple! No! Wait to see it.
So, I like the idea. I believe the idea was to stall and try to wait out the yo-yo hitbox, maybe make it ambiguous as possible, but they're a little bit too late.
Now up B gonna get called out right on shield. That's exactly what Olkios wants, to start getting the string going. Try to get themselves out of this early game in the stock, so that every hit that Ness lands on Bulbasaur pops him into the air.
Ooh, Olkios just once again positioning himself really, really safely. Bulbasaur really needs to be able to catch one of these movement options right about now. Ugh. Yeah, that's quite a commitment. On Olkios' part, I would have expected the PK Thunder to go towards the ledge, because if they did, they can always hit themselves to get back onto the other side of the stage.
And Bulbasaur, kind of getting a bit inconsistent here with the side Bs and forward airs. Kind of side Bing when he should be forward airing and forward airing when he should be side Bing, and taking some damage in these approaches because Olkios continues to trade favorably in these anti-air situations.
I would say, with how often Olkios is dashing back and in and out, I want to see at some point maybe like a jump and fire breath from Bulbasaur, I think that'd be a really good way to call out that kind of space. Waits it out, but Ness was just able to drift to the ledge on time. So, really good stuff to Bulbasaur, Ulquios.
And that last...
Yeah.
Almost got the mix-up. Able to get to the platform, but too much end lag to avoid the punish. There goes that forward tilt, down tilted. It's tied up one stock apiece here.
Yeah, oh, that side B is going to be a good amount of damage, putting Ness into a nasty position where he needs to land. That is a Ness finally getting back his double jump. That Fire Breath pixels away from being able to connect.
Another up B on shield, going to get punished, but this, gets the tech just in time, can't continue the string with the forward air, needs to find yet another opening to get in on this Bowser.
Both of them sure love their backdashes.
Yeah.
They're just doing that a lot. That's how they like to play their footsies.
Oh, that forward air stuffing the PK Fire, that was great.
This is so big. That's a dangerous position to be in. You mispace that PK Thunder, and the wind box of Bowser neutral B can actually push you away. So you got to make sure you're recovering low. Such a good position for Ulquios right now, but Bulbasaur not going to go to ledge. Always afraid of the yo-yo.
What is happening? And honestly, this shouldn't even be happening because Bulbasaur had Ulquios in the corner earlier and just let him get out again. And now all of a sudden, Ulquios has brought themselves back.
Tries to wait it out as long as possible, and they did. Bulbasaur is going to be able to get back onto the stage, so Ulquios just got to play patiently at this point. Always just playing back at mid-range.
Yep.
Oh my god.
Just needed the one hit. The up B lands, and it's 1-1. That was a great call out there.
I don't know if you smelled the basil and the tomatoes in the air, my friend, but towards the end, that was a little bit of spaghetti, wasn't it? It happens. It's a high-tension, high-pressure scenario. You both, trying to cover your defensive options with aggressive ones and your aggressive ones vice versa. So all the spot dodges, all the smash attacks are coming out. Nobody wants to overcommit. But man, that was a lot of spaghetti at once.
It's really just, the maybe nerves, but I think just you can't, confidently commit at the ledges Bowser against Ness, and just we saw Bulbasaur allowing Ulquios back out of the corner a bit too many times, but nonetheless, Bowser and more than enough damage output, more than enough knockback on these hits to still keep themselves in the game regardless of what percent they're at. So, but I would definitely think, Bulbasaur has to be careful of that, letting Ulquios get back on the stage when maybe they gotta find a better ledge trapping opportunity.
Gotta say, not too big of a fan there with going with the drag down forward. This time though, they are gonna be able to tech it. That's a difficult one to land sometimes. So really don't want to be missing attacks against Ness at that position. That's a double PK Fire who tries to go for the F tilt as a bit of a DI check. Recovery's high, but Ulquios not going to be over committing to the yo-yo. Was in a position to land it, and you know what? They waited, they scouted it out, and they were able to get that stock.
And that's a rough loss right there. Now Bulbasaur has to chase a little bit. Ulquios playing ball with them, looking to trade and get some damage done, but Bulbasaur now you can see a lot of those backdashes trying to play that ground neutral to look for a poke, but the more you do that, you're putting yourself in a position where you could get hit by these aerials, and you're seeing it, Ulquios starting to lay it down.
Really like the idea once again to go for PK Flash as a way of continuing to pressure without actually having to commit position-wise a little bit too much. Really well played from Bulbasaur. They were just waiting at ledge. They saw the way that Ulquios were positioned, and you know what? They were like, hey, I'm just going to wait this out. They had the right idea.
And that's going to do it, yeah. That's just the nature of the matchup a lot of times, too, aside from the yo-yo being just too hard to deal with a lot of time in the upbeat, but it's almost so Ulquios really doesn't have to commit a lot of the time to deal damage. Bulbasaur has to commit almost every time to deal some good damage, put their body on the line. And look at that, the strings again from Ulquios. They're starting to stack it up. Bulbasaur now looking down the barrel right now. It's 3-1 for Ulquios.
Ledge. Had almost the right idea. They were just off on the positioning ever so slightly. Ulquios is holding on to this ledge so well. I mean, look at this momentum.
Oh, he missed it, and you hate to see it go down like that. You hate to see it happen. Might have been holding against that ledge and doesn't grab it. So that is it for our third qualified player. Ulquios will be moving on to the top 16 this Saturday. We have 3 players there is one more to determine who's getting that last spot.
Oh jeez. Yeah, I just feel like towards the end of the Ulkios' advantage state was just so solid. The way that they were positioning themselves was really safe. It was really reserved. They were constantly playing outside of Bulbasaur's area of effect. But really the biggest thing I can say about that is like, you can play safe as long as you like are still aggressive enough to be able to initiate some interactions. With both of them playing that safely, and I do feel like every time Ulkios got a hit, his advantage state was just that much stronger. They were able to take it that much further. They were able to get so much more damage and positioning off of it. I did not see that kind of same thing coming from Bulbasaur. So playing that safely meant that they were winning the same amount of interactions, but Ulkios just got that much more mileage off of them.
Definitely. Like, Ness certainly benefits from neutral resetting more than Bowser does a lot of the time. Constantly more opportunities to get strings going again. And like I was saying, you know, Ulkios, there are so many times where Bulbasaur lets him get back onto the stage for free. And sure, you don't want to be caught out by like a PK Fire or like recovering on stage as you down tilt them or something like that, but if you're giving up the ledge every single time, you're missing out on a lot of kill opportunities. But here we go, our fourth qualifying set and our last set of the night. Our winner of this one will be the fourth and final qualifier from tonight, the 16th qualified player for our top 16 this Saturday. It is Jumbo Jack versus Mike AG in our last match of the night. And look, already to a fiery start here, Dar.
That string was beautiful. That would really only work on a fast volley with the way that Jumbo Jack just tracked Mike. And that just already shows off a lot of character knowledge going into this game. So throwing out a banana like that and putting that into like the opponent's immediate vicinity really kind of makes the opponent want to go grab it, and it gives you that opportunity to get off the ledge and back onto the stage. As the opponent is like distracted by the banana, trying to pick it up, tunnel visions a little bit, they don't focus on trying to keep you off stage.
You're absolutely right, and that banana is creating issues even for Jumbo Jack until he realized that, yeah, Mike AG, I mean, got the banana short, but still was playing too close to that ledge, gets to confirm into that down air. I mean, I think that's the mark of a good Diddy Kong, is knowing how to play when your opponent is holding your banana too, and knowing what to do there.
Oh yeah, for sure. As much as like you can have your own flow chart, like knowing how to follow up off of it, you have to know the counter play to your own projectile. And man, this is Jumbo Jack has all that just locked down.
Oh man, Mike AG can't even land right now. It's just been hiding and shield a lot of the time, and I don't blame them. And Diddy is relentless right now. Yeah.
Jumbo Jack put the banana out at center stage, and Mike, instead of trying to focus on the corner pressure, the one time they did have advantage, they went back and got the banana. Granted, they were still able to clean up the stock, but not without taking some damage.
Oh, and that side B's gonna land just as, again, Mike AG was focused on picking up the banana. And sure, you want to have that tool, but not at the cost of your damage, not at the cost of your health, not at the cost of your life. And Mike AG is, you know, Jumbo Jack starting to pour it on a little bit here. Gets the banana. Oh
my god!
Oh my god! He got hit out of the barrels by the blaster, and then the barrels were like, well, karma, and just took him out. That was a mind of their own, I swear. Yeah, that was just absolutely insane. Like, yeah, you get that control a little bit, but just to deal against the barrels is kind of wild.
Oh wow, still able to get the follow-up from the banana toss. Again, Jumbo Jack's advantage set. I just say it time and time again just how solid they are in getting every last drop out of it.
Oh, nice. And that up tilt going to catch the bottom of the side B there, just as it was activated. Nice catch. So now it's a 1-1 stock apiece, but Mike AG definitely down almost 80%. And already, you know, trying to get that banana away from Jumbo Jack certainly does so, but are they going to get tunnel vision when that banana comes back out?
Yeah, that's really definitely going to be the question going into this, but again, Jumbo Jack's quality pressure is just so solid, using up B as a fast get-out-of-jail-free card, saying, hey, you just reversed? Nope, I'm going to reverse you right back, baby, and got immediately back onto the stage. So Mike has to be wary of that option, but easier said than done.
I love how Jumbo Jack has the banana on the ground, so if he doesn't trade with Mike AG in midair, there's a good chance that Mike's landing on the banana after that situation. Jumbo Jack can follow up.
And again, just controlling the space so well with Banana. I'm surprised that up smash did not connect. They seem to have the right idea on where Mike was going to land, but...
Whew. Don't get caught lacking over Diddy Kong. Don't be caught trying to cross up or even trying to get out of there. The up smash is going to kill you. And now, one game away from qualifying is the Diddy Kong main Jumbo Jack. Our second seed.
Yeah.
So far. We have, I think, I want to say, 3 of the 4, top seeds potentially qualifying here, but it was Mike AG losing to Olkios in winner's bracket that kind of threw things off for a loop now. But yeah, Jumbo Jack now with the 1-point lead in the series. One more win, and they'll be moving on to that top 16 this Saturday.
Yeah. Really, I think the biggest thing that this last game just kind of boiled down to, Mike didn't end up sort of like chewing or finishing the food, especially in positions where they had the clear advantage, such as they were controlling the ledge and Jumbo Jack was off stage. They opted to go for a lot of banana pickups, which honestly can be so useful using the opponent's projectile against your own, but you gotta sometimes just take that positioning and go with it.
And now it's just, there we go, back to that neutral game here. Who's going to be able to control the banana? And it's been going back and forth here. But really just having that platform in the middle is, I think, throwing a little bit of a wrench in the twist there, right? Because now, almost getting carried up a little bit.
Almost getting the up B call out, but not quite yet. It seems Mike, once again, not ready to call out that double jump forward quite yet.
Just enough to charge, gets back. Very even game. Mike AG has the banana, loses as they get hit out. Oh, the side B crosses and slashes right at the ledge. It's a very even game with the back air gets over just in time. Knocks him up to that last blast zone. The banana gets dropped but immediately falls away. We'll have to re-pull here, but when will they have the opportunity?
And now Jumbo Jack's just playing grounded, playing so patiently right now, just playing outside of Mike's immediate area of effect, and waiting for that jump as that opening to get back onto center stage. They waited for the jump, they were like, hey, I know I can just land, I can get under you in time.
Oh, almost gets the tech opportunity, but didn't have a full bounce, and the tilt was just out of range, it looked like. Oh, looking for the ledge trump, but gets in time for the follow-up and the up smash. Yeah, that was...
Jumbo Jack kept dashing back and forth over the banana peel, just like trying to signal to Mike, like, hey, you think I'm going to pick it up? You think I'm going to pick it up? You want to recover early? Absolutely not, I won't. And didn't waste any time and found that stock. That was just so well played.
Jumbo Jack gets back on the mix, using the ledge cancel up there from the top left platform to reset for the side B, though the shenanigans will not live long as Mikey G finally gets that first kill. Now looking for more.
Yeah, just dashing in and out so patiently. Nobody was too willing to commit quite yet. Love the use of banana peel for these jump callouts.
I love the patience right there. You can see Jumbo Jack just waiting and waiting, trying not to throw the banana on Mike AG's shield, but waiting for when they drop it.
Yep.
And the patience was key, and then continuing to keep them off stage! The aerial's going hard. You had to deal with the banana if you tried to recover low, so you try to recover high, and Diddy's waiting right there for you.
Honestly, just Jumbo Jack is Jumbo Jack is just playing this so patiently. The way that they're like going through all these timing mix-ups, especially with banana peel, so menacing. It's like when Pac-Man has Bell in hand and he's just like sort of dashing at your shield. What do you do? What do you do?
And it looks like Mike AG might be mentally boomed here. Jumbo Jack is just getting hit after hit and is playing this game very well with the banana, just constantly forcing Mike AG to stay in place, keep that shield up, respect the banana. It's looking really grim here. Again, Jumbo Jack just one more stock from qualifying. Will it be enough to get off the string? No, almost able to confirm.
But still going to be keeping Mike into the corner, but Mike was able to cross up successfully, still find the way to get back onto the stage. They were like chasing each other for a second.
Not over just yet for Mike AG after that kill, but Jumbo Jack looking to seal the deal and get that fourth and final spot. The up B not going to be enough, doesn't get the explosion.
Dude, if we saw up B up smash, I would have lost my mind.
Alright, does Mike AG have any life left in him? This is where you gotta show it.
Yeah, but now that's a wolf trying to get out of the corner, who tries to really go through that ledge jump, ends up fading back, still fights their way back on. Beautiful spot dodge, no big follow-up from it though.
Oh, the parry. Still clawing their way back. 52% now. Has to be careful. Any one stray hit could be done for Mike AG and his run.
Tilts that ledge, but gotta say, Mike is just moving around so efficiently, playing so safely right now, not pushing in until they see Jumbo Jack over the
trade!
But wow.
Oh, wow. The back air gets it, and they go Dragon Ball Z style right in the middle. But it all comes down to the Diddy Kong Jumbo Jack. They will be taking it. Here's the replay right at the end. You can see the trade in midair as they're just trying to stay outside of each other's ranges. The backers trade, but Mike AG has way more damage. And that will be Jumbo Jack taking that 4th and final spot for the top 16.
Yeah, Game Lucas, and with that being said, that is going to conclude day 4 of Almost Ascension. Just want to say thank you to everybody that's been able to stop by so far today. For anybody that's not following SAC Gaming TV, you should go ahead and do so. Costs absolutely nothing. Also, please go ahead and check out their Twitter. All of that can be found in the About section if you do scroll down a little bit. Next, you should go ahead and follow my lovely, incredible co-caster, Dak. Dak did an amazing job. I'm really happy to be able to commentate with you today. Never have before, but I think it went pretty well.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic. It was great to cast with you, Dar, and I can't wait for next time. Of course, all you fans out there, please join us for Top 16 this Saturday, starting at 1 p.m. Pacific, right here on the SAC Gaming TV Twitch channel. Of course, shout-outs again to my co-caster, Dara, as well as all the players, Pure Esports, for putting this together. Of course, Taylor, aka Bonanza. We had Andrew on prod. We had Sammy on design, the rest of the Pure Esports team. Thank you all for putting this together. Dara, I'm going to throw it back to you. Any last words?
I just hope everybody here has a lovely evening. And yeah, that's just about it, guys. We'll see you, well, maybe not us, but a couple of other castings will be seeing you guys on Saturday, June 20th. So I would say don't go anywhere, but you could go somewhere as long as you come back. We'll see you guys on Saturday. And I hope you guys have a lovely evening.
Have a good night.